But to tell me I came out with DeAndre Swift over
point
Bijan.
where Jordan Davis could, still play the same.
Yo, what's going on, everybody, man? It's another episode of Inside the Nest with me, King DV, of King DV Sports, and I'm with my co-host, Smitty Eagle. What's going on, bro?
Man, it's another day in the office, man. We're gonna talk a little ball today. We're gonna get into a few things, man, because out here in the land amongst lambs, I ain't finding a lot of wolves, man. So I'm just trying to see what's going on.
Man, there's been a lot of talking, a lot of back and forth, man. I know you seen the thing about the subject today was what I guess what Joy Teller said about the Cowboys, and they weren't too fond about it. And then she was basically saying stuff about the Eagles, basically saying that
I'm getting the clip as soon as I can upload it. My phone was going through that update.
I'm just paraphrasing, but basically, long story short, that we showed multiple ways that we can win, and that other teams like the Cowboys haven't really faced anybody, haven't had that challenge yet. That defense that had to go up against, or offense that they got to guard everybody. I kind of agree to an extent, but just like last season, we couldn't help our schedule, so I can't really just make that our favor too. Oh, they played nobody, but last year they were saying the same thing about us. So, and we was like, no, man, we can't help our schedule. So we gotta keep that same energy, bro.
Same energy got to be reciprocated, man.
We gotta keep that. What's going on, Stu? What's going on, Unc? What's going on, Miss Ash? What's going on, Nina? Hope Mama Eagle doing okay. I haven't really been on Twitter as much.
Oh no, man! I see Mama doing her dance last week when she was in that dance.
just making sure.
Listen, man. Eagle fans should be in a good place. You know what I'm saying? It don't look the best. It don't look what we wanted to look like right now, right? But the positive is it hasn't looked great, and we haven't suffered yet. Now, moving forward, I need Brian Johnson to implement some of these things in the offense that I seen on the offseason when I was doing my exploring into his offensive schemes in college. Like some of that stuff can work because they're using that stuff in the NFL now. You know what I'm saying? He needs to start being more creative, bro. You can't get lopsided into one side of the game. It's not going to work the way you want it to all the time. And Sean Desai needs to figure out how the hell to close that damn hole in the middle of the defense, because if he does it, the quarterbacks that are going to continue to come down this line, that's going to be they bread and butter is going to be the middle, which I believe he can fix, but that middle has been very crazy. Yeah. We just gave up 312 yards to Mac Jones and then turned around and gave up 340 plus yards to Kirk Cousins. Like in the middle of the field has been a home run hitter. And I know it's going to clean up, you know what I'm saying, here in a couple of weeks when Kobe Dean come back, but I need you to clean up before, so easy transition when he comes back in, those holes are plugged, and you're not trying to put it more on him to figure it out. Figure it out without your stars, so when you have your stars, it works a little better. We was talking about basketball before the game. A lot of teams that can figure it out with the star players on the field, but when on the court, but when they go down, it's hard to figure it out. Now you losing games back to back. You know what I'm saying? You ain't shooting well. You ain't beating the teams you should be beating. That's what I need you to learn. We down some players right now. We had some injuries. I like the way that Brian Johnson was able to implement Swift into last week's game plan, even though Kenny Gainwell was assumed to be running back one going into our season. So if you tell me running back two comes off the bench and give me 178 yards, I'm pretty sure you got some more stuff up your sleeve other than the run game. We are a running team, but we also are a passing team with a lot of passing weapons. I need you to implement them a little bit more because I don't need to see more A.J. Brown discussions on the sideline. I don't need to see more Dallas Goedert under 25 yards. Those type of things bother me. Like people looking at, oh man, but Smitty had 123. Well, I seen games last year with Gardner Minshew in, with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, them that had 100 yards together. So you telling me we need to figure something out because it seems like we're doing a lot of being stagnant on offense. We spinning our wheels. We in the mud, and ain't nobody there helping to dig us out. So we need to figure something out and get up out of this because ain't nobody gonna give us the towel to wipe our eyes when we sad. Because we ain't giving nobody no towel either. If you come here with the excuses after you take an L, I don't want to hear that. You didn't give me no excuses when I lost the Super Bowl. Y'all was slapping me all across my head, slapping me all in my face. Oh, good game, bro, but you lost. Keep the energy you got now. When you look down the line and we 5 or 6-0, I want you to, man, you had a good team, man. You know, man, we respect the Eagles. I don't want to hear that. You didn't respect me. You didn't respect me when I lost that Super Bowl. Don't respect me when it's going good. Because it's easy to put your hand out for the man at the top. Nah, put your hand out when I was at the bottom. What they say, what was it saying, DV? It's lonely at the top. It's even lonelier at the bottom.
Did you see Brian Johnson's interview? Did you see Brian Johnson's interview?
I seen it, man. Yeah, I seen it, man.
He kind of basically told on himself what happened these first 2 games. Basically saying that we had a lot of people, like a lot of players, great players on this team that you trying to take advantage of what they give, what they're not covering, almost, and that caused you to overthink. And I think that's what happens.
What I say on Monday?
No, you did. I remember.
Before he said it today on Monday. I said it looked like we forcing. The ball to guys to keep problems down.
Yeah.
Brian Johnson is a good coordinator for me, bro. He just need to stop being Gannon of the brain right now. He got the players and he doing too much. Just slow it down. Let's play football.
No, he's not going to do that because it gets to the point where it's like you got so much goodness on this team, especially on offense, whereas though that you don't want to mess up, but it causes you to mess up. So you're overthinking everything. On top of that, you're trying to have Jalen Hurts look for basically who the defense is not covering, whereas though he even came out and said it, players said it. Basically, these defenses is playing them totally different this year. That's number one. Number two, you got to get the O-line corrected. You know, Jalen Hurts don't have that much time. He's trying to force things. That's not Jalen Hurts.
Well, according to whatever I seen earlier, we number 1. I can understand. It look like my quarterback is under pressure. You just said he's under pressure, and then I'm gonna find the stat. We are number 1 in passing time to pass the ball inside of the pocket, 3.25 seconds.
That's not even, that don't even sound right though.
That's what they said, bro. We got the most time to pass out of the pocket. We seen them together. And it look like my quarterback is on the move.
I've seen that we're number 1 in run stopping.
Hold on, I'm finna find it.
Teams only averaging 52 yards for us. Only 52 yards. Yep. That's just big up to, that front 7 getting home when they needed to get home. But we need to focus more on disrupting the quarterback and to wide receiver ratio, especially because Sean Desai, and I think he came out and said in his interview too, like they're masking the weakness more than trying to improve it. They're trying to mask it with a safety, putting the safety down or having the extra edge rusher in for the linebacker position. We don't have really any, or no guys really that can cover these tight ends, and that's going to be our downfall, man. Especially when the games slow up, and these, like you said, these quarterbacks that know that going to terrorize us in the middle, bro. Does that include how many seconds, Jalen? Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It said from the pocket though. I gotta find it, but it said from the pocket.
Oh. I don't know, but like all I know is, you take the positives, but it's a lot of things that they could work on. And I don't want to just say that because we're 2-0. I want to say that because we know we got a standard. Even Jason Kelsey came on the radio station today and basically said that. He basically said that everybody's on edge right now because we're not playing the football that we normally play. I just want to see us. You got to beat us at our best for me to say, all right, y'all got it. Like, we're not playing our best, then it's on our team, and I'm going to, spaz out. That's not me panicking. That's just me holding them to a standard, whereas though that, hey, play Eagles football. Play the defense, run the ball, go inside out, beat guys in the trenches, put that pressure on the quarterback. And if they beat us, then they beat us. If they can't beat us like that, then we know who the superb team is. But superior team is, so basically, I don't like how we played the first two games, but yeah, they got wins, but it could be so much better, man. 2-0 with Jalen Hurts basically having two or more touchdowns. We got 100-yard rushing in both games, and on top of that, our defense got averaging 2.5 to 3 sacks a game. Like, yeah, that would be like, yo, we 2-0. We ready to go. I'm not asking for no ball out for touchdown thing. We're asking for, the standard, get our guys involved. And I don't think that, Brian Johnson has done that yet. And I don't think that it's going to happen until they attack it.
I think last game was like 50-50.
No. That was just a gimme. I feel like him handing it off.
But he didn't see anything in the first game to say it was a gimme. He couldn't see it. He was like, Jalen Hurts, whatever you do, you do. But then second game, it seemed like he found a little something.
No team in the NFL is going to win a game if they turn the ball over 4 times, like the Vikings did. No team is going to win, especially if you capitalize on it. But what I'm saying is, when the running game started to work and he's seen that, DeAndre Swift was, getting over on guys, especially, breaking tackles and getting out to the open field. Yeah, you hand him the damn ball. You hand him the ball. And that was just easy. That wasn't like nothing that he had to think about. But now you got to think about,
Jalen Hurts did go 8 for 10, 111 yards and 2 touchdowns in the second half. I also seen that.
He did. But was that, like I said, you have a coach on the sideline. I always say it. Coach on the sideline, coach on the field. Now, was that a Brian Johnson call? Or was that a Jalen Hurts call that he wanted? Because I see him point receivers in certain areas. I see him point to Devontae Smith one time that, hey, go this way, and he threw him the ball.
You can help what happens in improvisation, though. You know what I'm saying? But how I said, like Justin Fields today, his comments, he feel like a robot. He feel like, you know what I'm saying, he not able to play his game. Whether you find it as the offensive coordinator to get him in the groove, or you willing to give your leader the keys to the car and say, I'm too drunk to drive, I'm going to let you drive until I figure this out, I'm cool with that too. You know what I'm saying? That's being a man. If you just know you're not calling the game right, and you say, hey, Jalen, get me out this, you know what I'm saying, get me out this shit, you know what I'm saying? Okay, cool, I understand. But it felt like, to me, this second half was the only half of football I felt like we played in 6 other quarters. Like, I don't feel like we really did anything in New England where I'm like, oh, I can hold my hat on that, except for defense. You know what I'm saying? The defensive line, I would say. And N'Kobe Dean played pretty good in that game, but then he went out. So now I'm still stuck with that sample size for him. Like, I really still don't know what I got in the Kobe Dean right now. I'm hoping he come back, he play good, but I don't know. So, like, the second game, the first half of that game just didn't look good. It looked like he was, like, out there letting his kindergartner call plays. Then the second half, it seemed like he was like, okay, we're going to switch it in, DeAndre Swift. We're going to get a little bit of Jalen going on. It just felt like he was getting somewhere, and I'm hoping in the Bucks game that first quarter looked crispy. He coming out, he dicing it up, he moving the ball, he got something going. They actually have an identity because week 3, week 4, I should know what my team is doing. I should know what kind of moves we making. It shouldn't be like, what we doing next game, DV? You think we're going to run the ball or we going to pass the ball? Me and you should be up here in consensus like, I looked at Tampa Bay and I know we should be passing the ball. I looked at this. I know we should run the ball. Like, it seems like we like, I guess we find out in game, whatever happens, bro.
I agree, Miss Ash. Like, we got to start out fast. We can't where's the game plan in that? It seems like that we're in game, and then as the game go on, we make adjustments. And you're not going to always win games like that, especially if guys go down, especially if, the game is kind of a 2-score game or so forth. If the opposing team got the momentum, you're not going to win games if you start out slow. We got to start out quick and apply that pressure on the opposing team to the point where, like you
said,
at
least by the second quarter.
It used to be teams that be like, yo, the Eagles is it right now. Like, we gotta watch out for this person. Now
we at least gotta hit him in the mouth by the second, DB. At least we started out slow last year. Like, first quarter was shaky. That second quarter, you get hit so damn hard. Mm-hmm. The third quarter is miserable. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, the Golden State third quarter, that's what we used to do in the second. We hit you with a barrage of points. It's like 4-5 touchdowns. You like,
yeah. So now
third quarter, Jalen just out there like.
But now it's our weaknesses are the middle of the field on defense, of course, and then now it's the offensive line, especially Jordan Mailata's side. And they were saying that we're up there in sacks given.
It ain't Jordan Mailata though.
It's at that side.
It got to be Landon then, because Jordan Mailata right now is number 1 left tackle in pass winner efficiency.
It's still early, bro.
I'm just saying he's not giving up the pressures. Landon might be, and your boy Cam Jurgens, Mr. Beef Jerky. He need to go in there and eat some of that beef jerky and get a little bit heavier in the ass because he keep getting flopped. And I'm tired of seeing my big guy Lane Johnson. He a little too old to be trying to help you out, bro. Get your weight up. We're gonna put Steen in that motherfucker.
I think that's where Lane Johnson was getting at in the offseason when he was saying that, what he was saying about having somebody like Cam Jurgens right next to him. He should have somebody big pause next to him to the point where he don't have to do that. But Tyler Steen is so damn young and he don't know the playbook or anything as of yet, as well as a Cam Jurgens. You had to go with the strongest guy.
But listen, Cam Jurgens is in sync at the center position. His role would be nice at center. Like, I see how he plays. He fire off the ball. He playing decent, but he getting bullied. He getting bullied. A few times I've seen dudes like they line up on lane, ain't nobody over him, and they hit one of those moves and go inside. And I'm like, come on, Cam. You can't let him. You got to have your eyes on the swivel on that line, bro. You got to know what's coming. You should not be getting caught off guard, bro, by a DN. You don't see the stunt coming. You can see it set up. He turned. You know he coming with something else inside, man. And you just fell right for it.
These teams that we beating now, and I'm sitting here like, okay, we should be able to beat them, man. We got the talent to do so. And I know, like I said on Monday, we got coaches that's trying to figure it out, but in our minds, we're like, yo, we just lost the Super Bowl. Like, it's still time to figure it out. It's time to retune and go forward with this thing. And like, yo, we need to get back to where we got to get back to. And I know it's 1 week at a time, but when you see stuff like that with Cam Jurgens, like you just said, or the middle of the field and all that, I'm thinking about like, yo, who we got to face? We got to face Micah Parsons. And like, yo, I don't want him.
Oh, they're going right there. They're going right there.
Right.
They're going to be like, Micah, I don't care where you at on the line, make it to Cam Jurgens.
Right. We got to face some teams in the NFC that has okay defense, okay enough to sit up there. Like even this week coming up, we got to face the Buccaneers. Buccaneers got a good defense. It's probably not as best as like the Patriots or something like that, or probably the Jets. But they got a good defense, and they got a decent front seven. So we got to be mindful of that, you know, especially on that offensive line. Just like
they back in a little banged up, I think, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That like you said, that secondary is sus, and I think that we can get over on them. But we just number one that we think that we got to do is get people into a rhythm. I'm tired of seeing this stagnant offense, where as though that nobody's in a rhythm, nobody knows what the hell is going on except for one player, and it always end up being Devontae Smith. You know, you got a frustrated AJ Brown, you got Dallas Goedert that's just running routes for no goddamn reason. Nobody's getting the ball in the backfield to yards after catch. That's why I thought we was going to utilize DeAndre Swift for.
Do they got D-line problems?
Do they got what?
D-line problems. They just signed a dude off the street and added him to the 53-man roster today on the D-line. Today, they just signed him like 4 hours ago.
They talking about the Bucs?
Mm-hmm.
They probably do. They probably do. I know their running back is out. Their running back is out.
Chase Edmonds out. Placed on IR. He out for 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Stu says route company. Listen, a lot of that shit stinks, dude. You hear me? A lot of it look like spoiled milk, bro. The only person I've seen that really is 2 people on offense right now that I could be like, I'm happy to see you on the field. Devontae Smith, Swift. That's it. Everybody else, I'm like, I seen you play so much better last year.
And chat, just answer this question. How do y'all feel about Jalen Hurts getting more carries than a Rashad Penny that game?
They don't like Rashad Penny. From what I heard and from what I've listened to, we don't like Rashad Penny that much. They say he looks slow, that he don't look efficient, and he don't look like he's motivated to really run the ball. And that's what a few of the Hall of Famers done said on their podcast. Like, that's what they heard from inside management. Like, they don't really like Penny. And if they didn't have to put him in that last game, he probably would have been a healthy scratch again.
Yo, that's crazy.
And I'm so hyped about dude. Like, I don't get it, bro.
Yeah, the only time he would really block Twiz was in preseason. In preseason, that's the only time I seen him do good blocks, but it was against the second and third string, so we can't really, put that against it. What's going on, Gene? Like Penny, we should have just kept Trey Sermon. We should have just kept him.
Listen, that's what I was going to say too. They said if they had the opportunity to bring Trey Sermon back, Penny wouldn't be on the roster.
I can see that.
That's what they said, but the Colts did what they did.
Yeah. I ain't see him get in, though.
See who?
Trey Sermon.
He on their practice squad for the Colts.
Mm.
They didn't sign him.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Jigga. If it wasn't for that hole, Jalen Hurts might get smacked. Or on the run, at least. At least he would be on the run.
Yeah.
But it was unnecessary because
yeah, we do. We gotta give less carries to Jalen Hurts. I think 12, that Jalen Hurts
is just too much.
Yeah. It's too much. We need to, alleviate that and just play off of Jalen Hurts because defense are scheming for that. Their RPO. Defense is scheming for.
Hey, hold on. Did you hear what Colin Cowherd said about us?
Oh, God. What did he say, bro?
Actually good. He said, do you remember that in the AFC team, the Tennessee Titans, when they went to the AFC Championship, but they got upset by Patrick Mahomes? That's the Eagles team, but they have deep threats and a good defense. That's a good comparison if we could do that. If we could run the ball and then have AJ for 100 or Smitty for 80, 90, have Dallas Goedert for a good 70, we could kill teams, bro. We really could run people out of the arena. But Brian Johnson's not going to do that. He's not going to do it. He's going to throw the ball, and then when he gets in trouble, he's going to run it.
To be the other way around, bro. You establish the run. You establish the run first, number one. Number two, that's not a good comparison with that damn Tennessee Titans team.
But that Tennessee Titans team was crazy, bro. They just didn't have they only had AJ.
It was.
They had more than AJ because Corey Davis wasn't that. If they had a Devontae Tannehill, and then you got a better quarterback, you got Jalen Hurts over Tannehill.
Okay.
We could be crazy, bro.
No, Eagles uncut. He's going to run against the Bucs to try to establish it, but that should be the first thing. It should not be just pass because it's there. You got to open it up to the point where the passing game is there, and you can make these linebackers and other guys bite. If you can't do that, then it's going to be a long game, man. I already know that it's going to be a long game because Baker do got that shoulder. He tweaked the shoulder. But what do you think about, on the opposite side of the ball on defense? What do you think about them having Mike Evans on the opposite side of Slay? Do you think James Bradbury would be on him, or do you think that?
Yeah, I think it'd be James. Mike a little bit too big. I think they'll put him on Godwin more.
Yeah, right, Stu. That's what I'm saying. We need those screens, especially to someone like a DeAndre Swift, who we thought that, hey, he's going to eat, especially behind this line. And this line's been looking suspect. And it seems like that they figure, we're not getting nowhere with that. So they start getting timid with the play calling and start running the ball with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts getting smacked or causing a fumble, like he didn't get in the first game. So that's what I'm saying, that we got to get back to playing Philadelphia Eagle football.
I got that clip.
Joy, what is holding the Cowboys back? Is there anything holding the Cowboys back?
The 49ers, the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Bengals, Jerry, play calling at the end of the game, Dak. And that's, to be clear, holding them back from getting to an NFC championship game. Because I continue to remind everyone, I think they still have it set up that way.
29 years? 30 years?
28 years. That you have to get to an NFC championship game and then win that before you get to the Super Bowl. Now, I get it. Every year is different, but it has been Groundhog Day for 28 straight years, and there are reasons for that. They had a Super Bowl level team last year. They had an amazing defense last year. So amazing, in fact, in the divisional round against a 7th round, last pick in the draft, rookie quarterback. That defense held them to 20 points. All they had to do was score 21 points, Shady, and they would have been in the NFC Championship game last year. That Niners team was averaging 20.
There's no way she said the Eagles, right? She didn't say the Eagles.
Well, you got to say the Eagles because the Eagles came out the NFC as champions.
I'm being sarcastic. She couldn't have said the Eagles could stop them. No way. There's no way we could. They're going to trash us, right? Ain't that what happened? I can't wait till week 9 so everybody can get what they got on their chest off. Listen. I'll be like, man, Eagles fans are really upset with these dudes. What's up, Shakita? Hey, they really upset with these dudes, man. Like, I've never seen this much animosity in my life.
It's going to be because you're going against the team. That's how they do. If you speaking facts, and you go against the team, then it's like oh, well, she don't know what she's talking about. This, that, third. Who gave her the credit to talk about the Cowboys? She don't know what the hell she's talking about. Mind you, she's the best person that was on that panel. More informative than everybody on that panel. And a couple of those guys that played in the NFL. And she's more informative than them. So, yes, I'm not saying that I'm all for, content creators is the new wave for sports media and things like
Patrice,
that.
what's good with you?
You got to call it out when it's facts, especially when they do get something right. They get something right.
Hey, Stu, listen, when you spew bull junk out your mouth and you get called on it, then that's just what's going to happen to you, bro. You're just going to be upset. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to let you do that. You calling for this man's job in week 2?
True.
If you lost, King DV, we had a space earlier on Twitter. If you follow us on Twitter, we have spaces sometimes at 12:30, sometimes at 7:30. Y'all join up. But EC1 came in. There was a situation where he was discussing how he felt about the offense. And he basically said he felt that Brian Johnson's job is on the line this week.
So
win, lose, or draw. Even if we win, he was saying he should be fired. Like win, lose, or draw.
See, I'm against that. It's this place in Philadelphia. It's the Dirty Bridge, and everybody knows about it. It's called Kissington, right? And I feel like
I already know where you go. Go ahead.
And I feel like sometimes, people, go down there before they even get on these spaces, before they get a YouTube and all that, and just spit some crap. Like you spit in crap, and then you sit up there and you call out a certain YouTube or Eagles content creator about saying something that you dislike. You know what I'm saying? So I had to block him though. I had to block him, bro. I had to because
listen,
I'm
the
tired
conversation got out of hand, right? And then went ballistic. I went ballistic. It was a very dirty situation, but it wasn't that I was mad about his point, right? Anybody can have their opinion. If you're not gonna sit down and actually have a conversation about what's really going on, his point was that Brian Johnson was a quarterback coach, and that entitles him to be starting off doing better as an offensive coordinator. I'm like, but he wasn't calling plays. He's figuring out how to actually see the field from the sideline as a coordinator. Sometimes that take a few games. He has a curve because he was out on the field. He was in the rooms. He was discussing game plan. But that doesn't mean the first 2 games you're going to come out and ball out. Even though I thought he should have did better because you actually were there. And I said that a million times. Like, I thought you should have did better. Like,
yeah,
I was actually sitting here caping for you. Like, man, he no Jalen. It seems like the chemistry is there, right? They're on the page. It doesn't seem like he's calling the plays that's necessary in the time that you needed to be called. Like like somebody said, what you should run the ball, set up the pass. I guarantee you in this Bucs game, we come out passing.
We are, because that's the weakness. And we did that last year when we exploited teams' weaknesses. I think that's where we're going to go with. At first, we're going to go with that, and it's going to look exciting, and everybody's going to be like, yeah, this is what we should have been doing. But I'm like, no, it's any given Sunday. You got to do the play calling different every single week. So you got to exploit the weakness, of course, but they're going to try to make it their strength. Whereas though it's another weakness that you got to exploit, because now they focus on their weakness that they think it's a chess game, bro. That's all it is. It's a chess game. It's simple. Now, as far as Brian Johnson not being the play caller last season and so forth, man, we all got jobs. We all got jobs, bro. And we be like, oh, we want to get promoted. We're going to try to fit the road that we're not in first so we can get in that role and be comfortable. And I don't feel like that he's comfortable. I feel like that he's basically trying to do everything but what he should be doing. And I feel like
Eagles Uncut. His pass game is vanilla. because there's a thing called job security that he don't got yet. And you don't want to be putting your quarterback in bad positions right now passing the ball. So he's calling the most simple things he can and in hopes that Jalen Hurts bails him out. He's called a few things where it looked good. I was like, "Ooh, he ran a little," and then he went right back to the same damn play.
But you don't want to. But you don't want to put your quarterback in danger of with the run either. So you could say
I agree with you, but what I'm just explaining what to Eagles Uncut, like what's really going on in the field. He is being, because he doesn't understand it a little bit. He's being as simple as he can with it. And you see that when backup, what he's doing right now, you usually see when backup quarterbacks come in the game. You simplify the game so he doesn't have a tough time when you shouldn't have to do that. And Jalen Hurts is probably getting a little frustrated with it too, because he want to open the offense up, but you got to give your coordinator just a little bit of time to kind of tweak his things out. What he's seeing, he got to see that. Now look, you had two teams play that same defense against you. There is no way Brian Johnson should allow another team to come play that same defense and not exploit that shit.
No, it's not going to happen that fast. And then it was a short week.
No. I said you've seen it twice now. You've seen it twice now. Now you have 2 weeks of film where you can see the same team playing 3 and 8. The next team you play that come with that coverage, you should have something to counteract it. How you were saying, like chess moves. I move my pawn, you move your rook. You know what I'm saying? He should have a move like, okay, they went back to that 3 and 8. I got something for you. It shouldn't be like, oh, let me figure it out. Because at the beginning of that game, me and you was like, why he not going back to the run? Why he not going back to the run? Like, it's wide open. They only got 3 down. Run it. And then in the third quarter, he like, oh, I think I should go back to the run. We tried passing all first quarter. Let's go back to the run.
Yeah.
They come out in 3. The first call should be run.
I want them to show why they don't like giving the ball to Rashad Penny. I want Rashad Penny to get touches, so it's like, yo, we gotta get him off the field. Like, you ain't even give him an opportunity on, whatever kind of offense that Brian Johnson's trying to run. See what he could do behind this line. See what he could do. Like, I'm going by words. We're going by words. We're not really seeing him too much of him. He had 3 carries last game. After being a healthy scratch in week 1, he had 3 carries.
But the words kind of tell you something, didn't DV? If you only seen 3 carries, and they really didn't want to put you in, if Boston Scott didn't get hurt, he probably wouldn't have seen the field, bro. I think Penny might be on the ropes.
It could be. It could be. I wish that we would have known sooner than later, because, Kareem Hunt just got picked back up by the Browns. We could have got him. We had a conversation with him last year. Yep. Could have got him. Yo, Dev, you ain't going to talk about my damn juice, bro. No,
right,
today, man. I got water.
Even in the game, he didn't look like he had like that step that I seen in those tapes, with Seattle. It was holes there. But that boy was fumbling and bumbling, and he don't fumble and bumble. So I don't know if he's scared. But you also understand, coming off an injury, I do understand you have to get comfortable on that injured leg again.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be, oh man, let me just get out there. Nah, I'm healthy physically. I'm not healthy mentally. I still think about that leg.
So you try to say he like Ben Simmons?
No. If you like, I hate to bring this nigga up, but Dak Prescott, after his injury, you notice he doesn't get out the pocket and run like that unless it's like damn near all the way clear. And he's sliding so early mentally. If you look at the tapes of him before that injury, he's like diving for first downs and stuff. He's not doing that no more. So I think Penny just has to understand, you don't have the Seattle Seahawks offensive line. This is Philly. We gonna block for you. Run that ball. Run the ball. You don't have to be scared to run the ball. We are going to protect you. The first level of defense, 9 times out of 10, is not going to touch you.
So a lot of people are saying that last game against the Vikings, that we basically controlled the whole game. Do you believe that?
No.
Because they were saying that majority of their points, not majority of their points, but they yards and stuff like that came in when they were trying to come back.
We watched that game, DV. If your boy don't fumble on that reach over, we down 14-10.
Yeah.
Instead of us going up in the next touchdown, we down 14-10.
Mm-hmm.
We was not controlling that game. That might have been the moment where we took control at the end of the second, maybe. But I really didn't feel like then. I felt like it was like the middle of the third when we really kind of like, me and you kind of looked at each other and knew, okay, we finna run them into submission now. We finna pretty much take this game. Right. But I don't feel like we had control of the whole game. They had plenty of opportunity to get back in the game.
They had opportunities to get back in the game and even win it at one point. Eagles playbook. I'm not worried about the secondary as much because Avonte Maddox is that's always been a shadow. It hasn't been somebody that actually was on the field. Number one, number two, we getting Reed Blankenship back, and we also getting what you call him back? What's his name? James Bradbury. Getting him back. The only people that I can sit up there and say that I'm concerned about is Mario Goodrich. I am concerned about Mario Goodrich, even though that, I feel like that, his best teacher is being on the field. Being on the field. And I think
Cam Akers got traded.
Yeah, I know, to the Vikings. That's a good pickup for them, though.
They needed an extra back.
Because you see, like I said, Monday, you see what happened with
appreciate
Madison,
that, Gene. I didn't know that, so appreciate that from you, Gene.
You see that Madison, right? You see what happened.
Nah. He hurt?
What I was talking about, no, he not hurt. So basically, he fumbled.
Oh,
he didn't show up. And then, people were saying, hey, calling him out his name, doing some little racy stuff. And, the Vikings said we stayed behind them and stuff like that. They said it was over 60 people. And I'm like, yo, you got to ban them. Like, you got to protect the player, bro. Like, you can't sit up there and have that.
Condolences to that fan that lost his life, man. That's crazy work, bro. The last game that you didn't see the video of dude getting beat in the stands. I think might have been the Giants game.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. Hey man, condolences to that man's family, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I never want to think about going to a game and losing my life.
Right.
Over my fandom? Because you don't like who I like. Come on, bro. That's wild. We don't like the same team. We can argue back and forth about our greatest players, but you're not going to put your hands on me. That's weird activity, bro. There's no need for that.
I paid too much for
good money for these tickets. I probably got my son with me. I probably, you know what I'm saying? We having a good time. Like, come on, bro. I ain't paid for you to come down here and put your hands on me. And I couldn't get in with that thing. So now I'm going to try to really hurt you because I'm not going to let you do that to me. And it looked like it was a bunch of them. It was a Patriots fan. Okay.
Yeah. That's crazy, bro.
Nah, Jigga. They jumped on that man, bro.
Yeah, they did.
You can see it. It's video, bro. In the stands, it's like 13 or 14 people like over top of this man, bro. What?
That should have been a bigger story. You would
Sweep
think.
it under the rug.
That's crazy.
Who is it? What's the fan? Oh. Well, you know how good they is at sweeping under the rug, right?
So, yeah, it was medical complication after he got punched.
After he got jumped.
Yeah.
After he got jumped. You beat me up, I get rushed to the hospital and die?
That's insane, bro. That's insane.
Come on, man. That's wild, bro. There's no way, bro.
So what do you think about Jason Kelce saying that we on edge though as a player? Because he said today on the radio station that we could easily be 1-1.
Obviously. We could easily be 0-2, really. I mean, you really want to be 1 or 2 players go the other way, we out of there.
So this is my point, though. My point is, when Kelce said, it's like, yeah, he's telling the truth. But when I say it, I am, or anybody say it, we are basically overreacting because we're 2-0. That's the and I'm not talking to just you. I'm just saying that where's the comparison at because he's on the field and I'm not, or is it because like where's that at? Because he's basically saying exactly what I'm saying.
I said we could easily, but I'm okay that we're 2-0. Like I don't know where his stress coming from. Maybe, but his stress is more media sense though. Like he's listening to what's going on. He's seeing how the team look. He's inside the locker room. People probably arguing, not feeling okay with the offense. Like it might be more pressure packed for him. He's there. He's dealing with the millions of us. Plus, he's dealing with 52 dudes inside of a roster, plus the coaching staff. Because from what I heard, he's not really doing that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a little different for him. Me as a fan, looking at my team, looking at other teams, I feel like I'm not in the worst position. I'm not in the best one, but I'm not in the worst one either. I'm not driving a hoopty, but I ain't driving a Bugatti either. But at least I got me a nice 2022 Buick.
There it is. You just answer my question without knowing that you said you look at our team, the Eagles, and then look at other teams. I'm not comparing our team to any team. We got to tweak ourselves before we can go against.
But I'm talking about teams we got to play though. It's teams we got to play. I think we better than Tampa. I'm in a better position than Tampa Bay. I'm in a better position than the Jets. I'm in a better position than the Dolphins. Like I'm in a better position than these dudes, and I gotta play you. So come on, I'm in a better position than the Commanders. Mm-hmm. I'm not comparing you to. I'm not going to look at the Chargers, who I don't play, but I'm looking at teams I play. I'm in a better position than them. The only team right now is 2 teams on my schedule that I can honestly say I don't look better than. That's it. And I feel like when I get to those 2 games, I'm gonna look better than them too.
Who?
I'm not giving them that clout. Never. This is inside the nest. You will never get that clout here. They will never.
So listen. No, listen. Hear me out. Now you say we look better than them. Like right now, the Buccaneers think they can win this game on Monday.
Not from the fans I heard. He said he's hoping we can win. He feels like they can do some productive things, but he's scared of exactly what I said at the beginning of the show. He's scared this is the breakout game. He said he felt the same. We was in a space earlier, and I was talking to him. He was just like, bruh, from what I seen the last few games, it looked like Brian Johnson caught a little fire in that second half. Not much, but enough. If he uses what he had right there, he possibly come out and hit us in the mouth. Because he like, bro, we're not really playing good football. We just ran against a couple teams that one-dimensional, and we took that one dimension away. Y'all are multi-dimension teams.
Okay.
He said he's like 70-30, maybe 75-25. And that's only if we can really if he really can get a lot of shit to go his way. Because he don't trust Baker Mayfield.
But remember, we had the Patriots content creators on, and they said the same exact thing. And that game was kind of tight.
I said it was tight. I thought it was going to be tight. What I went 24-17?
That's still a 2-possession game. I'm saying kind of tight. Like they could have won it.
I mean, 1 possession game. I thought it was going to be 1 possession. I thought the second game was going to be 2 possessions, though. I thought the second game was going to be about 13. And then that was close. Now, I was kind of upset about that because I felt like the Vikings really didn't have much to stop us. Their offensive line was pretty cake, but there was somebody just said in the comments, there was no touching the receiver, rerouting them, even making them make an extra step at the line, even if you're not bumping. Like, just make them think you're going to touch them.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're in a fight, is you going to pitch him? I mean, swing? What? I mean, you're just letting the dude 10 yards, smooth route, first down. Like, decide. You have now. I understood a little bit of last game, but that first game, come on, bro. You got Juju Smith-Schuster and Kendrick Bourne.
Yeah. And
free release on these dudes. Come on, man. Come on, man.
And the tight ends was going off.
Blow a boog on somebody or something, man. Don't just let them get off the line free. Come on, bro. Please.
No. It's too early in the season. That's what they
I
say.
didn't
It's too
say
early in
that.
the season to do that.
I ain't say that.
No. I said that's what they saying, not
Oh,
you.
now we need a pass rush.
Saying.
We ain't really getting much pressure on the outside. Like people asking me, come on. When you ask me, is certain people on the team like Josh Sweat is the outlier right now at the edge. Where is Brandon Graham?
You're right. Hey, Gigi, why do we have to chill though? If we want better for our team, that's what I don't understand. Why do we need to chill if we want better for our team? Like we both said, yes, we're happy. That's just like a girl saying, "Yo," a girl saying, "Yo, I know he ain't shit and this, that, and third, but at least the nigga do this." That's where we're at right now with the Eagles. We want better, yes. Oh man, you need to be this. You need to do this. You need to do this because this is what we're doing. Just like Twiz just said, we have Super Bowl aspirations. So if we have Super Bowl aspirations, regardless if it's week in and week out that we sit up there, focusing on team to team, we got to go in with our A game because you already know you coming into the season with a target on your back. We was more talked about losing the Super Bowl than the Kansas City Chiefs, and they won the Super Bowl. So we already know they're going to have a target on his back, even if it's teams that we're supposed to beat. This is why I'm like, yo, we need to play our A game every single week, regardless of who out on that field. And it starts with coaching. And that's the issue. That's the frustrating part. Because like you said, that guy, Brian Johnson, was on the sidelines looking at Shane Steichen calling plays. Like I said, you're supposed to play the role like, yo, I know I could be an offensive coordinator one day. Just what Shane Steichen did. And look at him now. Regardless of what they're doing, he became a head coach. You can't take that away from him. I'm saying regardless of what they're doing.
No, I'm saying because just looking at what he brought, that's what I want Brian Johnson to bite into. Like whatever Shane Steichen had, he didn't find it off the rip. But when he found it, he knew what he had.
What you mean he ain't found it off the rip though? What? Because remember, when we kept saying run the damn ball, when Nick Sirianni gave the play calling to Shane Steichen, we start running the damn ball.
I mean, but he ain't find it off the rip though. We still had a slow start last year. We won the games, but we had a slow start a couple games. That first game we went up like 38, 35. Yeah. Defense struggled. Next game, offense struggled. He was still trying to find it, but once he found it, teams were scared, and that's what I want Brian Johnson to tap into, bro. He got the ability.
Do you think defense struggled because the offense is doing quick 3 and outs?
Hell yeah, we like 3rd and 3 and outs.
So how much can you blame? Like not you in general. I'm just asking the question. How much can you blame on the side last game? Because we had some quick 3 and outs in the first half. You can't blame him if the defense is getting tired.
I haven't gave him. If you really hear my rant, it's more Brian Johnson than Sean Desai. Like, because Sean Desai is technically doing his job. He's technically doing his job. It's not much you can do with conditioning when you've been out on the field so long. The team 5-3 and outs like this. You back on the field, back on the field. It's like, all right, bro, I'm doing everything I can to stop these dudes, but it ain't much I can do when I'm steady on the field. Dudes run out of energy.
I'm saying, give them a chance. You ain't got no choice but to give them a chance. It's just a simple fact that we expect more out of them. It's frustrating to watch at times, but at the same time, we expect more out of them. And we need to get that.
If me and you can sit here on a podcast, not get paid millions and see it, they should damn see it.
Facts. And that's just coming at the coaches. It's not more like the players because coaches got to put players in position to be successful. And if the coach is not doing that, then we got an issue. If Brian Johnson can't do that, I am perfectly okay with Nick Sirianni taking the play calling thing back. I'm perfectly okay with it. Why not? I am.
We were 2-5. And that man put his hands up and said, I can't do this.
No. Did you see what came out, though, about that? Because Jonathan Gannon actually spilled the beans on that. And then he said that basically Nick Sirianni said that I did not want anyone to think that I did not know what I was doing. That's what Nick Sirianni said. Now, he never came out and said it was false because a reporter here did ask him that. Something like he summarized it, but he asked him that question and he said, well, I'm going to leave that where it was. He basically went over the answer. The question. So I really believe that if Nick Sirianni, just knowing what he know, and especially when he did that 2-point conversion, he said, I know what the F I'm doing. That's why I made that shirt. I think that we'd be all right. I think, he'd trust Jalen Hurts more. Jalen Hurts will have the freedom to change up plays more and not sit up there and just go with the scheme. And then it's like, oh, if it's not there, Jalen, run the ball. I don't like that at all. I want it to be like, I'm going to get my guy involved. I'm going to get this guy involved. Trust his offensive line more. The offensive line is basically saying, look, it was something open there. This is why I gave more of a block. This is why we got caught for this penalty. They had these conversations. It's probably brief, but they had these conversations when they in that huddle. So I think that it has to be more 50-50 with the player, especially if you got a coach like Brian Johnson that is struggling to get it going in the beginning. And that's why I said the most positive thing I can say about Brian Johnson is he know how to adjust in game. That's the only thing positive I can say about Brian Johnson. As far as starting early, starting fast, letting your quarterback go through his reads or whatever like that, trying to get everybody involved, even if they have 29 points in the touchdown, things like that. You got to get everybody going. You got too many players. Don't think about don't just think about what the defense not giving you. Trust your guys. You got to, because it's like, we're trying to get them the ball. We're getting them the ball or whatever like that. And it's either working or not working. We got to get away from that for a minute. They're watching Jalen Hurts. Hey, we can play off of that. Let our running game go. So now Jalen Hurts is free to do whatever he wants. Now that halts the blitz. So now you got an extra second or so to, AJ Brown in the slant. First down. Move the chains. It's simple, man. And it's like he's not catching that. It's more so that Jalen Hurts sitting there holding the ball, gets sacked, or throwing the ball out of bounds. And then everybody's like mad and frustrated, like, hey, that guy's open. But it's like, hey, how long was he open? Can we get the ball down there? It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy how easy those two games could have been. Easier those two games could have been. But Brian Johnson did not, make the right reads in the beginning. He did not make the right reads in the beginning, and neither did Jalen Hurts. He got to have some accountability too. And some of those throws did look a little weak. Not going to sit up. I'm going to be realistic. It looked a little weak to be Jalen Hurts. But at the same time, like I said, it's going to pick up. It's just frustrating to watch right now because, like I said, we got those aspirations that, hey, this is the team. This is the standard. And now it's like we in the middle of the pack, offensive-wise. We got to get back to, hey, we are one of the top 2, top 3 offensive in the league, and nobody can touch us. That's what we got to get back to.
I think we will. I just, we want it a little bit faster. It happens. Me and you together, because I want you to come out here and really step on somebody real soon, because I'm getting aggravated.
Who that?
All right, Chris. That's my guy, man. That's Chris, man.
Pats and Vikes, no time for adjustment.
He was saying the games were so close together, it wasn't enough time to change the game plan. You had to kind of roll with what you had.
But in the Vikes game, we kind of did because
no. He's saying during practice, there was no time to really install a new game plan for the Vikings. You kind of had to go with what you had.
Well, I said it was a short week. I said that earlier. It was a short week.
Now he just explaining himself, why he feel like we progressing fine.
Game, we will tell about a progression. Because we did have. Yeah, I agree, Chris. Because we did have a lot more time to prep for this Bucs game.
Listen, you had 10 days. If you don't come in this thing on all cylinders, looking fine and polished, I'm gonna be a little bit cranky. A little bit. What Bernie Man said? keep playing with me.
So for some strange reason, when I go live, if I've been like on and we either lose or we look shaky, and I'm calling out and having one of my rants, I get the most views. So I'm going live right after, especially if we play like crap.
But you know we got the what's to call it anyways.
No, I think he got rid of that because we going live for the play-by-play.
No, it's booked. It's booked.
What?
It's booked.
Yo, bro, I gotta go to work the next day though.
It's on my page like booked.
How we gonna do the live play-by-play? It start at 8. That means
he got it booked for like midnight. He got it booked for like midnight.
So we're gonna be recording on Tuesday, dog.
So like, we're gonna just like
sleep.
Hold on. So is it just gonna like? Is he just gonna like stop the stream, jump right back into the stream of the aftermath? I mean, it's
no, the aftermath gonna be like, yo, bro, I'll catch you tomorrow. Like when the sun come up.
We might just have to do the aftermath Tuesday.
No, man. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Or whatever.
I know he's not gonna want to do it. He's not gonna want to do it. He's gonna be rushing, and I'm gonna be pissed. But he ain't gonna want to do it because he's going to start recording at 6:00 on Monday with Mitch, and then he's gonna go straight into the game. He's not gonna want to do that.
Hey, listen, we did it, and it did not fare well. And we only went an hour. He going 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
That boy gonna be on stream like Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yup. He gonna be sitting up there asleep almost. He gonna hit you with a did we score?
I ain't even 100% if I'm not gonna be at this game. I mean, I'm gonna go tailgate, but I might be back in time to.
I was just about to ask you that because I remember you were saying that you was gonna go to this game.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna go down there though. Man, you know how it is, man. Procrastination is the death of people.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I got some plans though. You know, I'm gonna go down there, probably tailgate a little bit. And maybe if my plan doesn't work out by Monday to get this ticket, then I'll travel back the little 45 minutes, jump on here with y'all.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna leave in an approximate amount of time. Don't miss any of this game.
Oh hell no! You can't miss this game because right now they try to big it up, saying 2-0 and 2-0, and like I said, they got a great defense. It's going to be honestly, this game is going to come down to Brian Johnson versus Todd Bowles. That's what I told you. I brought
my brother a jersey. That's another reason I got to go to Tampa, right?
Yeah.
Brought that boy a Jalen, the white one. Got to take it down there.
I hope he can fit that though.
If I bought it too small, I'm gonna be upset. I'm like, bro, you gonna have to go to the seamstress and add some extra fabric or something. I ain't that. Listen, got to.
But yeah, that's what Chris. This is what I was talking about. Yeah, Hurts do look out of rhythm, but like I said, when Shane Steichen was here, especially last season, the times when he looked like he wasn't himself, he got him right back on track with these little short passes, getting him back into a rhythm, getting his confidence back up. And it worked. It worked. On top of that, he was getting coached by. That's why he was happy that J.C. Kelsey came back this season. I look at everything that goes on the field, and yeah, he had that. Right now, it's not there. So now if the vets and the captains is looking at it like, yo, we're not really running the same offense, or we're not playing our type of game, and these first 2 weeks, what you think is going to happen? We don't have no choice but to get better than this. We have no choice, but it starts with the coaching staff, Jalen Hurts, and then our trenches. That's what it starts with.
See, I was gonna post the power rankings that I like for this week, but the 2 teams that I don't want to say, look better than us are at 1 and 2. So I'm not posting.
You think? Come on, man, it's obvious. Do you think?
No, it's not, and I'm not saying yes or no if you say those 2 teams' names.
I'm not saying no names. We're gonna keep it, anonymous. But we already know what's going on. All right. we know what's going on. But
Weezy, what's good, bro? I ain't seen you in a minute. What's happening?
Do you believe that those 2 teams are better than us?
I told you that. I admitted it.
So these 2 teams have weaknesses that I saw last week. Yes, they won the games. But they have weaknesses, bro.
I mean, everybody has a weakness. Nobody is flawless.
No, I said weaknesses with an ES on it.
Listen, those two teams, right? It's not the fact of how the game looked, but they've had two dominant wins. Like one has had a dominant win, the other one has had a dominant win. I need to insert myself offensively now because they haven't, neither one of them have, like one team had an offensive game. The other team hasn't had an offensive game yet. They ride in the back of somebody else. So, you know what I'm saying? I need my team who already looks decent on defense to show me the explosiveness on offense. And then I can come back to this table and say, damn them two teams. I look better and ain't nothing they can do. I'm
about to hit you with something. So what we got to do, score 40 points?
Nah. I just need you to dominate offensively. So I need to see consistency. I don't need to be coming back here and be like, damn, we went from 12 3-and-outs to 20.
There we go, Twiz. There we go, Twiz.
Hey, Twiz, look, I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what he's talking about. That's why you're smirking.
No, I did.
Bro, you ain't got a good poker face, bro. You really don't.
Listen, I don't know who we talking about. I like the Neff Hunter part. It was pretty funny, but I don't know who y'all talking about. Listen.
Sorry, bro.
The teams have had better looking games than we have, and I need my game. I just need my game.
Cool, bro. Full story, bro. Man, we all know who you talking about, bro.
Listen, I just need my full game. If I get my full game, then we could talk about this later. But right now, with them looking better than me right now, I don't want to speak on the clout chasing dummies. The 40 whiners or the Dallas Cowgirls. I don't want to talk about the Arlington Stars.
That's all I was trying to get.
I don't want to talk about the San Fran whole Niners. I don't want to talk about them, okay? We know who it is, all right?
Right. But they got weaknesses. All I'm saying is they got weaknesses.
Listen, San Francisco winning to Pittsburgh, who thought it was going to be a good game, bowled them out. They looked good offensively. Their defense still didn't look that great. Then you have, the Arlington Cowgirls. They went into Giants Stadium and smacked them up and beat them down. They didn't have a good offensive game. Now, guess what I could do to offset all this talk? Give me offense. Brian Johnson. Neither one of these teams has really showed me great offense. But they have.
Hold on. So if you was Brian, not I'm saying not to cut you off, but if you was Brian Johnson, how would you attack this game offensively?
I'm coming out. I'm testing your defensive line first and foremost. I'm giving Swift the first few carries. I'm going to see what you really built on. I'm gonna set you up. And then as soon as you start, okay, we can't start the run. Let's stack the box because that's what Tampa like to do. Because I seen Eagles Uncut say they're gonna run that 3 and 8. That's not their defense. They are a Tampa 2 run stop defense.
Yeah, and then they're gonna go Levante David, who I wanted.
They're gonna start in that Tampa 2 shell. They're gonna be trying to play us, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and we start running that ball.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Hey, Weezy, you can say what you want. You can say fuck them. True enough. You can say that, right? Wow. But let's be 100% real as fans, but we can't be around here being Dallas Cowboy delusional. They look better than us. I don't give a damn who they beat. We beat Mac Jones and Kirk Cousins. One guy, we don't trust him in prime time. The other guy, his name is McCorkle. I mean,
we talk about quarterbacks? Or are we talking about the team?
I mean, we beat the Patriots, who don't have an offense at all, only have defense, and we beat a struggling offensive line in the Vikings. Like, we all have a fault in our wins. Like, he beat some trash, we beat some trash, but they're beating the trash. Look like the trash man taking out the trash. We look like we had put it in the receptacle and waited for the trash man to pick it up. I want to handle it handily. One of those games I felt like we should have blown them out. And me and you sat right here and I said, 13, we got to beat them by 13. The Vikings had 3 offensive linemen that had their first starts in the NFL, and we did not bust his. I just didn't understand it. We should have been in Kirk Cousins' face all night. He should have been laying there trying to count his toes to make sure they was all there, and we wasn't there. And that's a little bit on the side, and that's a little bit on Brian Johnson, because Brian Johnson was all those 3 and outs. Now your pass rush is slow, all that. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta look. We just gotta look a bit. They always do that though. That's rivals. That's why I thought the Giants game with the was gonna be close. You don't usually see blowouts in games like that. We did it to them twice, but that was, that's us. It's a little bit different.
Yo, that was the most biased damn statement ever, bro. That was biased as hell.
I can have a few moments now. I'm not really a homer now. I'm not really a homer. Like, I don't really be like saying outlandish stuff all the time. I can have a few moments.
Yeah, you can, but I was just calling you out a little bit.
Why? You have your moments of being a homer. We homers. The home team gonna get a little bit more of a.
Come on, man. I'm with Twins. That's why I'm liking what he's talking, man. It's up with both of those teams. I don't even care how good they look in week 1 and week 2, man. It's up when we see them. Period. All I'm concerned with now is listen. All I'm concerned with now is for us to get right. Once we get right, and we know what we got on that field on both sides of the ball, once we get right, it's up with both of those teams. I don't even care if we playing them in Jerry's world, we playing them in the Link, if we playing them in California. I don't even care where we playing them at. It's up with both of those teams, man, because we got to run through them to get back to where we got to get to. So if you in our way, it's a wrap for you. It's a wrap.
When did I say anything differently?
No, I'm not saying you did.
I'm just saying they look better than us right now. Hold on. My statement, for everybody that's trying to kill me right now, my statement was they look better than us right now, but we don't play the first one till week 9 and the second one to week 13. We got a long time to look better. That was my statement.
You know what I think is going to happen? I think that right now, like, we not playing our best football, but we're 2-0 and things like that. And I think we're going to get right. And those 2 teams that we're talking about right now, it's going to show who they really are in the middle towards the playoff positioning. I think that's what is going to happen.
One of them ain't going to change. The other one, we know what they're going to do.
I know who you talk about, and I know who you talk about.
The 49ers are going to be the 49ers, bro. They going through the same woes as us. They got a new DC, so their defense ain't looking as great, but their offense look good. But the Dallas Cowboys, we know in about a month, they're going to start, choke, oh my God, falling off. Then we're going to the Super Bowl. Okay, beat us in the NFC Championship, divisional round, whatever, first card, whatever. I don't even think they might even get a win this year. They might not even. Could be. It's possible you see them 2-0 turn around in 7 weeks, and not when we play them and they 4-5.
Wow, the Cowboys. Cowboys is mediocre at best, man. I think that defense turned up because of Micah Parsons. Honestly,
but their defense been good for like what, 2 years?
No, yeah, 2 years.
Like 2 years.
But it turned up with Micah Parsons, man. Like I said, you never know.
True, Stu. They have had some problems in that O-line, but when you got my running back, you know what I'm saying?
Mine's 2 in another league.
Huh?
Yeah. I said mine's 2 in the other league. He's been holding me down because Joe Burrow, I don't know what he's doing, man.
Sleep. He still ain't got out of the bed yet.
Yo, I seen him. He had his leg up, and he had the little drill gun, the massage gun on his leg.
Man doesn't have an offensive. He doesn't have an offensive touchdown.
No, yes he do. He's talking about passing or running.
Passing.
Yes, he do. He threw to the T. Higgins. I know because I got my point from him.
He must have thrown him in the fourth quarter.
He got it last. I don't know when in the game, but he did get two touchdowns to him. You know what? I thought it was funny because he was doing.
You sure they wasn't handoffs to T. Higgins?
No, he threw the ball. He had 2 receiving touchdowns. Because I was like, yeah, that's my points. In my $20 lead.
Oh yeah, he got him at the end of the 4th. Trash time, nasty nigga.
Oh gosh.
Boosting your stats because you playing like Dookie water. You had to boost your stats.
He was trying to come back. He's trying to come back.
Dookie water. That man been trash, man. 82 yards in the first game. That's horrible.
Yeah, that was horrible, man. But that Ravens defense, man, showed up, man. They always get over on Joe Burrow, though. I'm mad I got him.
If you hurt, sit your behind down, man.
Oh, man. They don't make them like they used to, man. Somebody would have came out there with one calf muscle, throwing like 400 yards, probably like 4 touchdowns, and probably try to scramble hop for another one. The back of the day. Now,
hey, see somebody asking me how I feel about my team right now? I just did a whole like soliloquy of how I feel about my team. I'm trying to
my man Willie is trying to call you out, man. I'm gonna let you have the floor, brother.
Nah, he gonna have to rewind, bro. I just did like 30 minutes of that. I just told you how I feel about the team. I'm not going back.
Look, we too
how I feel is how I feel. We haven't exploded. We need to look better. Period.
Yeah. Yeah, and once we do, like I said, we're gonna be progressing when those other teams are degressing and showing who they really are, and then we're gonna really see who runs the NFC.
Hey, but Willie, it's Smitty. It's an M, not an N. You know what I'm saying? He said snitty. You know what I'm saying? Snitty like a fitty. You know what I'm saying? But it's Smitty. It's simply just Smitty. You know what I'm saying? Like our wide receiver.
He probably was typing fast, bro. Like,
probably would. He probably tried to get it in there.
Yeah.
He said we could talk one-on-one.
Send the link, bro.
Huh?
Send the link, Send the link, bro. Send the link. Willie, you better come in here, bro. Willie Vassar. Come in here, bro.
You can get 1,000 people hit this link.
It's turn up.
Huh?
You know who else got to come in here, though?
Who?
Who else got to come in here, man?
Stu?
Oh, Stu! Come here, bro.
Listen, man, I'm drinking water today. Y'all come here patiently, man.
No.
Y'all come here. Oh no, me and Stu good. We had our moment earlier.
No,
we crashed somebody else.
Stu turned it up. That's why I'm like, yo, he gotta come in. He got to.
Stu gonna be the first one here. He always is.
Stu gonna be close to the mic, like, you know, his girl just broke up with him. That's how he is. Like, who that nigga? Like, that's how he gonna be talking. He gonna turn everybody up.
Look, everybody talk about Stu.
See, everybody, look, man, I know what I'll be talking about sometimes, bro. Like, bring Stu in. But Willie need to come in here because he just said what he said. You don't come on, bro. Inside the nest. Facts, Chris. Facts. I think that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Injury's going to come into play.
Try not to complain.
I don't try to blame have injuries on nobody, but I really believe that, you know, injuries going to come into play. Teams is going to start knowing teams.
I think it's going to be good. Look what I told you, man. Look what I told you, man. I know Stu like the back of my hand. He the first one.
Here comes Stu. Here comes
man,
Stu.
Look, I've been listening to y'all, man, and it's funny because we all got the same issues, man, and it's funny that we all ain't got nothing else to talk about for the same things. Like, my main thing is we got to do something about the linebackers and safeties in the middle of the defense. That's really all I'm worried about. And I'm curious. I remember before the season started, because I just heard y'all say it earlier. I could have swore I said, man, we should release Penny and go ahead and sign Zeke. He'd be a better pass protector, and he got a little bit more burst running up the middle or in between the tackles. And everybody told me I was crazy.
Hold on, wait. Who told you was crazy?
Everybody told me I was crazy.
Do you want me to pull up the video on my? Do you want me to pull up a video on my YouTube where I advocated for us to get Zeke?
I said, I told y'all we needed to go let go of Penny, and we can have Zeke.
Made it.
If game well.
It's gonna take me a minute to find it. Hold on. You know I got a lot of videos.
But Stu, you already know why some Eagles fans didn't want that. You already know the obvious. And then also, like, you know, I don't know. If we would have got Zeke, I think we'd have been fine right now, especially with the extra pass protection. And I think Zeke would have been able to run it right up the middle.
I think everybody was so upset because they were still having flashbacks of when we grabbed DeMarco Murray.
Exactly. That too.
You see that, King DB?
I think he kind of wrong about
I'm
that.
not even paying attention. Why he got that star on his hat though? What you do? What did you do, bro?
I guess I let a Dallas cowgirl in here, man. I guess he got something to get
out wrenches. We gotta give out wrenches, so we gotta give out wrenches for the show, so people can, like, you know.
I'm always in your live, man.
Man, Willie,
bro, I'm messing with you, bro. I'm messing with you.
How I feel about the Eagles?
I just wanted to say one thing about that Zeke situation. Did you see what Zeke did in that game? Zeke is not the same Zeke that y'all thought he was.
We don't need it. We don't need it to be that Zeke. That's not what we need him for.
We need to be RB3.
And guess what? He is not going to do that. That's why he didn't want to take the pay cut, and that's why he left. We gave him all the time in the world. We told him, Zeke. We even before training camp was over, we kept saying we kept a spot open just for Zeke. But Zeke said that he did not want to be a number 2 or a number 3 running back. He wanted to go somewhere where he could be a number 1.
He wanted to go somewhere we had a real shot at the championship.
Oh, that's why he should have stayed. That's why he should have stayed here this year. Because he's going to get one this year.
We're not talking. We don't want to hear about divisional championships.
What were the teams he said he wanted to play for?
That or any of that?
I couldn't hear you.
He said he wanted to play for the Eagles. Remember that?
What was the team he wanted to play for?
He did say that. He said the Eagles,
Bills,
Buffalo. Yeah, he said he wanted to be with the Bills. He wanted to be on the team that he thought that was going to be a contender. But he didn't know how this year was going to turn out.
I know. Willie championship posters are in black and white, but mine in color.
Let me show you.
They're in color.
Hold on.
They were originally printed in color. I didn't have to get mine converted from black and white to color.
Hold on. I'm not. Let me show him this cowboy boom boom.
Hey,
I'm showing you a real
still shining. This still got shine to it.
You ain't got to shine it.
Yeah. Let me turn you around right quick if I can. You see it?
Printed in color. They didn't originally come in color though.
And if I could switch this camera around, I would.
And your music made me want to line dance, brother. Line dance, bro.
Hey, it's Cowboys all day.
Line dance, bro.
Hey,
You got a 70s party.
how about them Cowboys?
You got a 70s party going on in this garage.
Hey, that's how we do it down in Texas.
Go back outside. Yeah.
Hey, this Texas. Hey, when I say it's Texas, it's Texas for real. You see how we do it back in the Big D?
Let me find. Hey, pause.
Big pause.
Like,
Hold on.
Wait.
He wants to see.
How you can't do the poster?
Okay, hold on. Here we go.
Turn it down. Hold on.
Here we go.
How you can't do the posters?
they having the 70s parties in the garage. That's what's up.
What did he
We're
say?
gonna get monetized for having that up. We're gonna get demonetized for that.
Yeah, I don't want you to get monetized, so.
Oh, okay.
No, I ain't talking about the music. I'm talking about your team. We can't have that up.
Oh, what about this?
Oh, hold on. Whenever you come to Texas, you're gonna see that.
We can't have
It's
that
all
up,
about
bro.
the birds, man.
But I know a lot about them.
Get their beer out.
Oh, a lot.
The Georgia.
I've been a Cowboy. I'm finna be 52 years old, so I don't seen almost all our Super Bowls, even the ones we lost.
Bless your heart.
So
Bless your heart.
I could actually say that.
So you and Moses friends?
Who?
You went to
You
high
and Moses.
school with Jesus.
He want to titty dance.
Get down there, boy.
Look, this Dallas right here. Show him Dallas. Look,
Hey,
Dallas.
I ain't gonna say that. I didn't see the last 3 they won. I didn't see their last 3. So,
Show him
but I
Dallas.
was in high school.
This
I was in high
Dallas
school.
right here.
All 3 of them.
That's Dallas. He wanted to get in the
They got a
picture.
blue nose and they named it Dallas.
And this
Wow.
diesel right here. This diesel.
Ain't got nothing to do with
for that
football.
blue nose.
All right.
That blue
I
nose.
got
Now, let
more
us get back to
respect.
football. Okay.
I got more
Now,
respect.
here we go.
We got the name of a loser.
No, take him Dallas.
Okay.
Let's go.
I tell you when I really liked the Eagles, when I really thought that y'all was going to actually pull off when y'all had Randall Cunningham.
Let's go. In the house.
I said Randall was the
Go to
man.
your room now.
I said Randall was the man, and then after a while, when y'all just tricked him off, and then got Donovan, and y'all got to the Super Bowl, I said, God damn it, they gonna pull it off for the NFC. I said, God damn it.
Wait.
Only thing they did was chicken noodle soup.
Wait.
This is live now.
Oh, that's live?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because I wanted to know which one of them. Who was talking?
They Philadelphia Eagle fans.
Oh,
That
that's
was me,
right. Never mind.
That was me.
Hand
That was
raised.
me.
Hand raised.
That was me.
Right-handed
That
guy.
was me.
I'm a Philadelphia Eagle for life.
That was
Which
me.
one was
I didn't
talking?
know.
They all
Me.
Eagle fans.
The one in the gray was talking?
All four of them.
Me.
Yes,
All
yes,
three.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Gray, black,
ma'am.
green.
You see
Oh,
them
no,
Eagle
no.
shirts
Yes,
they got on?
Asking about the one who said they have a 70s party in the garage. That was me.
I wanted to line dance with y'all. That's
Hey,
how
I was
I
with
didn't
it.
care about.
I was
you know
feeling
what?
the music. I'm not going front. I was feeling it.
Hey, just cause we goddamn Cowboy fans don't mean we don't know how to party outside of that.
Do you want some Cowboys
hey,
too?
hey, I ain't got. Hey, my favorite uncle who took me to Eagles games all the time as growing up as a kid. He a Cowboys fan. I ain't got no problem with y'all.
No.
And I
Actually,
don't want no Cowboys too.
How would they know how to
I
make
don't want that. I don't want no Cowboys too. I'm vegan, bro.
that? Okay, back to what I was saying. Okay, about this year, this is what I'm saying. This is not what I'm thinking. Y'all secondary got some holes in there. And if I see it, I'm quite sure everyone else sees that. That Bradbury when he went out, that right there to me starts saying, you know what? It's some problems getting ready to happen up there in Philly. Now,
You missed that.
and then on top of that, you all before that even happened, this is what I said. I said, you know what? When y'all lost those starters on defense and those two coordinators, I said it was hard to try to replace them with first-year rookies. But two of you rookies is doing pretty good, but that's not going to be enough. Your secondary is your problem. And for like my Cowboys, you know, I understand that we ain't been there in 28 years. That's what everybody, hang their hat on. What they ain't been there in 28 years.
Don't do it, Willie. Don't do it,
No,
Willie.
I'm gonna tell you the
Don't do
difference
it.
between. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you the difference between this team this year versus the teams
I knew
before.
you was doing that. I knew you was doing it.
Yeah.
I tried to stop him. I tried.
Now you can't
Go ahead
stop
and
me.
say the famous Dallas line. Go ahead, say
No,
it. Tell me.
nope, that's not even it.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me turn off. Let me get my porch light on, and I'm gonna tell you.
I done got
It's kind of dark. I thought he ain't paid the electric bill.
Oh, there you go. You got a little light.
It ain't making no better. Ain't making no better. No, I can't.
Okay. That's because I got my
man.
There you go.
Okay. This is what I'm thinking. That I know. See, everybody, even the talking heads, say, well, you know what? They ain't did nothing in 28 years. Come January, they're not gonna do nothing. But in all those years, our biggest problem was we couldn't get rid of Jason Garrett. And then finally, the fans got tired of it, and we finally got ready to get rid of Jason Garrett. And then we kept Jerry Jones' pet, Kellen Moore. They said, well, he putting up points. He doing that. What is he doing out there in San Diego? Okay, so I told Big Mike. Big Mike McCarthy said, well, you know what? If the ship go down, I'm gonna stir this motherfucker. We need to get his ass up out of here. And I'm gonna run this Texas Coast offense, which is more Dak friendly. And that's what he's doing. So until he proves us wrong, and I'm riding with what the man's saying, because right now it's working.
You know what?
Y'all realize where we at in the cycle, right? We at the point in the cycle during the season, we at that we them boys part of the cycle. Y'all realize that's what we have, right?
That's exactly what you saying it. You saying exactly what I'm saying.
He had done drunk the Jerry Kool-Aid as much as he did. He
no, see, look, this the whole thing. It's not drinking the Jerry. Jerry ain't even driving the ship no more. Jerry don't do shit. It's his son.
Oh, so you're drinking Steven's juice?
Steven
Jones juice.
Look, and then after Steven, the real backbone of the Cowboys is Will McClay. Will McClay is the one that he picks everybody, he recruits everybody. Jerry and his son on the thing, they have to do is say, well, is that what you want? He says yes.
I got one question for you, Willie, and this is gonna tell me if you deserve to still sit here and talk to me about your team. Is Dak Prescott an issue?
At one point, it wasn't Dak being the issue. It was the Kellen Moore scheme that he had him in, because Kellen Moore wanted to stretch the field. He was more wanting to put up points instead of trying to win games. If you go back to that, that San Diego Chargers and Dolphins game, if you notice, did you see those last 3 plays that could have won the Chargers the game? Did you notice what Kellen Moore did 3 times in a row, and they lost almost at the end of the game, like he had been killing us? He kept trying to go for long bombs.
Can I ask?
And they moved it, and they missed all 3 of them. That's how they lost. Because that's exactly the way he tried. He did with us for years. Now, Mike McCarthy, on the other hand, he got it balanced. What he does is he runs when he needs to run, and he throws when he needs to throw.
Okay, because y'all correct me if I'm wrong. There's an offense, there's defense, there's special teams.
Right.
When the offense goes down and scores points, isn't it also this job to stop the other team from scoring points? So hold on. If he comes up with a scheme, going down there scoring points, shouldn't the defensive people be the ones stopping the other? He scores enough points. Why are y'all able to stop them for other team from scoring enough more points than you are? That's the objective. You got to score points to win.
He did a deflection though, because he didn't even answer our question the first.
This the whole thing about scoring fast.
Is Dak
when you score fast, you keep you bringing your defense back out there again, and they gonna get gassed. See, this is our whole thing this year. We want to control the clock. We're gonna put up points, but our most important thing is control the clock and have the defense fresh.
He never
How
answered
can
the
you?
question.
You
Bro.
can have the best defense. You can have the best
He
defense.
played Batman with the question. He like hitting it back and forth. Is Dak Prescott an issue? I heard you say Kellen Moore. I heard you say Jason Garrett. I heard you say Mike McCarthy has righted the ship. But in all those equations with both of those coordinators that you blame, Dak Prescott is the constant. He's there in both of those systems.
That's why I was getting. At what point is it on the player? That's what I was getting to. At what point does the player have to be
on the player? I could say last year was on Dak. I could say it was on some of the things was on Dak, but not all the things was on Dak. But I could also say that, you know, some of the games that we lost, it really wasn't on Dak. It was because our kicking game. And I know if you watched all our games last year, we could have won some of those games, but we missed by field goals because we kept missing all those extra points in the game, not at the end of the game. In between the games, those little 1 points, they adds up at the end of the game.
Now it's Brett Maher. Cool.
Exactly. And then,
well, hold on. Who is it? Is it Kellen Moore? Is it Brett Maher? Is it?
You hit it on the head. It was both of them.
They do the same thing. All these dudes do the same thing. They blame everybody but Dak. I think Dak is their savior.
Nah. Now let me ask you a question. Do you think for 1 minute that
tap water, not spring water? Y'all blame everybody, bro. Y'all blame everybody. The kicker, the water boy gave tap water, not spring water.
So let me ask you this. Do you actually think? Okay, now that came in the league in 2016. Have you ever seen him throw that many picks besides last year?
I've seen him 2 and 4 in the playoffs. I don't care about his picks.
Okay, 2 and 4 in the playoffs. Now,
same record you had with Tony Romo.
That's what I'm trying to get to you, fellas. 2 and 4 in the playoffs. Now, who was our head coach at all that time?
Oh my God.
Hey, your coach is your job to coach you up, right?
Hold on.
I've seen every last one of y'all Super Bowls that y'all went to.
Hold on.
Did he just lose 2 years in a row with Mike McCarthy?
What was the issue with Tony Romo?
No. See, Mike McCarthy was just only the head coach, but Kellen Moore was the one pulling the trigger.
Hold on. Who ranks higher in the coaching totem pole? The offensive coordinator and play caller or the head coach?
It's the head coach.
Told me that he had no rights to Kellen Moore. That Kellen Moore had Jerry Jones, and he was just overriding the head coach. Come on, bro. I've never seen that on a team where the offensive coordinator looked the coach in the face and said, "I'm doing what I want to," and don't lose his job.
Well, see, apparently you don't know how the Dallas Cowboys work when Jerry Jones.
Your team works backwards, and they need to get it together. That's why 28 years later, you haven't had anything go right in Dallas. You've been 2 for 4 with 2 quarterbacks, and you haven't had any success. Like, y'all want to talk about how great y'all are. Y'all ain't that great.
Okay, you say we're not that great, but you know what? I can't put last year on this year because this year, I think things are looking good. Like I said, it's balanced, and I can't say that. Well, you know what?
Pull me a little bit.
I can't say. Well, you know what?
Whatever you talking about, pull me a little bit.
Wait. I'm gonna talk to him in the same language. Basically,
pull me a little bit.
I'm gonna talk to him in that language.
I need him to pull me a little bit for while you go.
No, that's job turkey. This job turkey need to know what he talking about, talking what he thinking, but not saying the same thing that he thinking. Like, my head hurt, bro. Anybody got medicine? Job turkey. First of all, Dak Prescott is the issue, and until y'all get that to y'all head, y'all never going to see an NFC championship.
Okay, then what is his right now, Dak Prescott is number 1 in points. Go look it up.
Oh, hold on. Okay.
Hold on. You bragging about?
He said, "What is his issue?" He said,
"You bragging about a mediocre statistic, a mediocre statistic that is irrelevant."
2 weeks.
What really matters is you are getting paid big money to produce, to show up, to put points on the board and win the games when it matters most. When they look at the quarterback position, when they draft,
this is what I'm saying. How could he have done that?
One question they ask about a quarterback is, can he?
This is my thing. I'm gonna say again. How could he have done that with Kellen Moore calling plays? If you remember, Kellen Moore used to be his backup.
No,
I'm not
Kellen Moore
yelling.
was his backup quarterback.
Willie, listen. You want to know the problem with your quarterback?
Yeah, I know what the problem is.
Hold on. You're sitting outside, right? You're sitting outside. Wait. You're sitting outside, right? You look around. You got dirt and grass, right?
Of course I do.
You got a few rocks?
No, this is Texas.
You ain't got no rocks? Grass. You ain't got no. Well, get some of the dirt, put it inside a box. That's Dak for you. A box. Okay. That boy don't have no IQ when the game is on the line. Listen, I'm finna give you the instances too. I'm not just gonna sit here and ramble because I really need to get back to what my team got going on. But I'm gonna give you a few instances.
Okay, go ahead.
I played in San Francisco. There was 10 seconds left on the clock. Ball in the middle of the field. No timeouts.
Okay.
Any quarterback in the league would run to the sideline and throw it out of bounds. Your quarterback took off up the middle of the field and slid and then tried to place the ball himself and hike it. Like, I didn't understand that. Right? Wait.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You had 1 second left, but you can't place the ball, so whatever happened there was dumb. Okay, last year, you had the same opportunity to beat the same team again 2 times. He said, you know what? I don't want the ball. I'm going to give it to San Francisco and let my defense stop them. That's the instances I've seen, right? And then I don't want to go too far back and keep reiterating things because your quarterback just keep making simple mistakes in the moments where it counts the most. Guess what? I had a quarterback that did that, and he's right now looking for a job. His name is Carson Wentz. Guess what? Our organization and your organization is totally different. When my players don't succeed, I blame them, and then I make them go find a new job because they don't belong to play for me. The difference between you is you sat right here for 20 minutes, and not one time did you bring up the insufficient things your quarterback proves every year in the playoffs, every year in the season. You have great seasons. You put up all these points. Dak Prescott is the man of the year. You get to the divisional round, you get to the wild card, you get spanked. You've been getting spanked since 1996. My brother and all my family members graduated high school since the last time you won a championship. And no, Cole, you're not gonna get a seat at the table because I'm trying to get Willie out. I play the Buccaneers. The Cowboys aren't here till week 9. Week 9. If you
that ain't really that far away. It's not really that far away, week 9.
Oh, no.
But I can say this. What Dak did last year in the playoffs, what else could he do? He only had CeeDee Lamb. You do remember, Pollard went out.
That's why he gets paid his money to step up when moments like that happen.
Do you think that Jalen could have did that? If AJ Brown had went out? No.
Yeah, Twist is coming, Twist. It's
Twist. Okay, Twist then look, I watched y'all 2 games this year.
Hey, so Willie, I got a question for you.
I got a question for you. Because you know what? Hold on. I know exactly how AJ Brown feels when he say "get me the ball" because Dez used to do it to us. Hey, get me the ball. Your best playmaker needs the ball.
Okay, so you know what you did notice? That right after that happened on the sideline, Jalen went straight to AJ Brown and he had a touchdown, but he got called back for holding by Rashad Penny. Nice try.
Exactly.
Nice try. Exactly. Want to have this conversation again next time?
No, well, we
know
don't
what
keep
he's gonna
on
do
the
without
conversation. He may have had it
respectively.
on there, but look, you know what? You know what the talking heads say? The
There
talking
is no
heads don't see
audio.
the game the way
There,
we see it
there is no
because
audio
we know more
of
about our
anybody
team
on our
than the
team
talking heads.
telling our quarterback to shut his bitch ass up. There was no audio of that doing that on our team. There's plenty of audio that we ran through social media of your quarterback getting told to his face, shut your bitch ass
Hey,
up.
Stu. Hold
And
on, I got a
see,
question, Stu. Stu, I got a question.
that's what the talking heads want you to see. Just like when the talking heads said, "Well, you know what, AJ Brown and this boy was on the sideline arguing." We know better because we know more about our teams than they do.
Okay.
No, that's facts, and we know that it's a brotherhood there.
On defense, they got love for Dak. They don't respect him as
Bruh.
much as they say they do in public.
Listen,
though.
we want to thank Mr. Willie for coming out, but we got to
Okay,
talk
then
about
you
the
know what?
Buccaneers.
I'm
We
gonna
gotta talk
say
about
this
the
one
Buccaneers,
thing.
Mr.
I'm gonna say
Willie.
this one thing. If they didn't have love for Dak, you remember when we had the what we used to call them the Red Rifle. What was his name? He's down in New Orleans right now.
Andy Dalton.
You really? Oh my God.
Okay,
The Red
if
Rifle.
if they didn't have no respect for Dak, when you think they did the same thing to Dak that they did to the Redhead Rifle when they knocked his ass out,
20.
you remember that? Do you remember that?
I remember it talking to me about you talking about 2020, bro. What 2018, 2020, something like that.
Did any of the players run out there to try to help the Red Rifle? No.
Half of the players ain't even on your team now either.
No. That's a whole nother thing right there.
Like I said,
Thank
half
you,
the
Mr.
players
Willie.
ain't even on your
Thank
team
you,
now.
Mr. Willie. I appreciate you for coming through. Next time.
Yeah.
Oh God, bro. I've been waiting, man. I've been waiting.
Hey,
man.
listen. If I put you on the stage, I'm never gonna be rude to anybody, bro. I'll give you the opportunity to speak. When you start giving me the bull, the you know what I'm saying, the Kool-Aid, Coles is not gonna happen. I play the Buccaneers. Your fan just swindled his way in here. That it wasn't. I didn't even know he was a Cowboy fan. What kind of setting up you doing, DV? You set me up.
I don't know who that guy was. I never seen him before. Him, his wife, the two dogs. I never seen none of them. I never seen none of them. I ain't seen no Willie. And he came out. His name Maine. Like what?
But it's Willie. It was the dude that was here. I know it's him because I could tell. Just tell.
Right. But I don't know who that was.
Me neither. He said he always at your lives.
Am I live? I would go live without you. Like, what?
I don't know, but we got Chris. We got an eagle in here. I bring the eagle on stage. What's up, Chris?
Yo, what's up, fellas?
What's going on, Chris?
What's going on, Chris?
You know what? It just cracks me up. It's September, and hearing Cowboy fans, hearing some of my friends go off about how great they are. And yeah, it just reminds me it's September. You know, it's like, I don't know. It's like they forget what happens. You know, the Dallas Cowboys are a Final Four team in the NFC. It's when they hit that competition in the Final Four is where it comes apart. It's like once they have the running taken away, and then they got to rely on Dak. That's it. It's over. And Smitty brought up good points. The last two 49er games, I'll always remember Dak with no timeouts running over the middle of the field and sliding,
and then grabbing the ball and placing it.
And he's like, himself.
The referee's like, no, nigga, I'm not
on a first and 10.
He was the line ref placing the ball.
He was like, hold on. The referee was like, sir, where I'm supposed to place it at? All right. Like, no, you don't get to place the ball. That's a bad IQ play. Listen, if that was Jalen Hurts would have rolled out, seen it was nothing in the crowd. Let's try another down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't understand the arguments. Their arguments are like, "Oh, we had no Tony Pollard." It's like Jalen I have in AJ Brown. I'm like, first of all, they're two different positions.
Exactly.
Secondly,
but Chris, when we played Tampa Bay, when we played Tampa Bay, They didn't give us any strikes. They were like, y'all got busted up. But y'all don't want to bring in. We didn't have A.J. Brown. We had a banged up Miles Sanders. We had a banged up Jalen Hurts. We had Jalen Reagor and J.J. Arthur-Whiteside and Greg Ward was the receivers behind Devontae Smith. They don't want to bring that up, though.
They don't
we
talk
just got
about
smashed. We just got smashed. That's all it is. No context, but they want all the context. You want to give us one paragraph, but you need a whole book. I don't get it.
But we all agree. They're delusional, right? So you can't. Somebody once told me this, and it is that you can.
Hey,
is that the cup?
That's the cup they be drinking the juice out of. I'm trying to get a little bit because I'm trying to see what it's made of, the contents, because it gotta be good.
Well, I'll share with you. I'll share with you somebody really wise once shared with me, and that is this: it is easier to fool somebody than to tell somebody that they were fooled.
That is true.
That's what I feel like is happening with Cowboy fans. Say
that one more time. I don't think they heard you in the back, Chris. Say it one more time.
They really didn't.
It's easier to fool someone than it is to tell that person that they were fooled.
Yeah. It's easier to fool a motherfucker than it is to convince them that they've been fooled.
Correct. And that's
listen, y'all ever had a friend? Look, this is gonna play into that. Y'all ever had that one friend? I'm talking to the people out there. That one friend, and you tell them like, "Hey man, old girl ain't for you. Old girl ain't got your best interest at heart." He said, "Bro, you don't know nothing about her, bro. You just judging me." And then he catch her cheating in a month, and he say, "Damn, bro, man, you got me." Listen, bro, I was trying to convince you that she wasn't for you, but you didn't want to listen to me, so you had to go find out. That's a Cowboys fan. Tell them their team isn't good. The team isn't going to be what you think it's going to be. And then in January, when they cry in tears, and you tell them, "I told you so, man, my team wasn't ready, man, but we're gonna go get back." It was Mike McCarthy. It was Dan Quinn. And you're Rain Prescott.
Yeah, and you're so right with your points because, like I said, the Dallas Cowboys are so very talented. They really are. And the problem is when you get down to those final 4, final 8 teams, you need your quarterback, your general, and Dak is not the man. And until they get another general back there, it's going to be the same result every year.
Man, you said it, bro. They got the shortest memory ever. They get blown out and then be like,
I don't
like Dory.
I keep trying to tell every year.
To answer your question, Cole, I think you're trash in the playoffs. You have great regular seasons. You're James Harden.
Exactly. My point.
You're James Harden. Oh my God.
James Harden. That team is James Harden. You put up the stats. Yeah. Oh, we look good. We them boys, and then it's like, yo, man, it was this person's fault. This person's fault. This person's fault. That's how it is.
But I thought y'all was them boys,
year, bro.
I thought they was the boys, though.
And as far as with the Eagles, like I'm fine with how they are, is because they always progress slow, and that's all you want to do. You want to see we have a lot of young, talented guys on this team. I'm happy that they're getting playing time and they're developing. And we know we just have to be a little patient as we're taking steps in the right direction, because the main plan is we want to peak in December, Thanksgiving time. That's when we want to peak as a team. Peaking now in September, you're just going to burn yourself out by Thanksgiving time. Yeah. And the things I'm excited about is Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis's play. I can't wait for Nakobe Dean to get back. So I liked a lot of things I saw against the Patriots. Blankenship. I mean, we have some good young players that are only going to get better. And I know where you guys are all concerned about with the offense and the offensive coordinator. I'll have more of opinion come this Bucs game, now that Jalen had some time to knock the rust off, look at the film, go study things through practice, and then see how he comes out against the Bucs. which I think, honestly, like looking where that point spread is, I think the Eagles are going to blow them out. I think the Eagles are going to be up by 20 points, and then the Bucs are going to score some late points to, get back in it. But I still think the Eagles are going to win by double digits. And the Bucs are a real good team. The Vikings are a real good team. They're going to be there at the end. Patriots are
really good defense, no offense.
Yeah, exactly. But, you look at the Vikings, they're going to put up a crap ton of points. The Patriots are going to be like a 9-8 team. Like, the Patriots have a young defense and are just going to keep getting better, too. Now, like I said, I always say this. I was having an argument the other day with somebody that if you flip who we played and the Eagles played the Giants week 1 and then the Jets, you would see similar results. I totally believe that. You really would. Because the Giants, anybody that watched that game know that the Giants quit. And they almost lost week 2 against the Cardinals, who are a joke of a team and who are trying to lose.
I mean, they just in the chat, bro. They didn't go nowhere. They're just here, bro. Like the Dallas Cowboy fans, bro.
Yo, Cole's funny, bro.
Yeah, I don't want to take off any Cowboy fans.
Chris is having an honest conversation about the competition that we are coming up to play Monday. Yeah, I mean, this is what is relevant for me right now. I didn't ever want to talk about the Cowboys at all, Cole. Your man's Willie got up here thinking I thought he was another type of fan. I thought he was one of us. He ended up being one of you, and then he ended up stuck up here because I'm not a rude guy, man. I respect people, you know what I'm saying? I'm not just gonna throw the man out. We're gonna have a conversation. And then I'm gonna politely ask him, let's move on because we want to talk about the Buccaneers, what they bring to the table. I wanna know what my cohorts up here really feel about the Buccaneers and what they can challenge us with. Because I'm at 2 hours and I really don't feel like I got no substance.
Hey, I feel like what we really need to do is challenge their secondary because I think we got better receivers this time facing them than we had last time. We get adding A.J. Brown to the outside. Now they can't key in on Smitty and Goddard like they did last time in the playoffs. So we can I think we can actually sell better and run it to the outside instead of trying to run up the middle because we ain't running that. You ain't running that Vita Vea. I'm sorry, that's just not working.
We gonna have to run around him. That's a big guy. He is what I want Jordan Davis to be. You know what I'm saying? Him being able to blow up the middle. I didn't have time to check you, Willie. I ain't have time to check all that, but it's all right. I feel like Vita Vea is one of those guys that can disrupt your game. If you let him get back there too much, like the Vikings did, and they week 1 matchup, then you could be a victim. You know what I'm saying? But I think we have the running backs. If Kenny Gainwell is healthy with Swift being the number 1, I think we can get around him and make his job a little harder. A guy that big ain't going side to side that fast. He gonna go forward and backward. It's gonna be a little hard to shift that weight this way.
Yeah,
I think we can get from him.
But still, I agree with your points too. But I think a lot of it's going to be how the Bucs play us, because one thing we've seen with the Vikings and the Patriots were doing, and now granted it was a short week too with the Vikings, is showing those 0 looks to Jalen and then backing off or blitzing. And I saw that was giving Jalen some problems. So I mean, I would hope for some like running back circles coming out, because like one thing I noticed with our running backs, especially with Swift, is we just have them run to the sideline and just wait there for an outlet. Like we really don't design anything like any kind of like middle screens to the running back or running back circles or running back out routes,
any Texas route, anything like that. Yeah,
we're just like, and I don't know if that's their plan where they don't want to show too much because I mean, granted, in that Vikings game, we were blowing them out early in the third quarter, so I can see them like backing some stuff off. But like I said, I'm really curious how they're gonna attack the Bucs now. The Bucs are gonna attack us. Are we gonna see more 0 looks dropping back into zones, or are we gonna mixed in with all out blitzes? I don't know, but I'll tell you what, is that Bucs front 7 is no joke, and anybody that's watched them play the first 2 weeks, man, like, but our O-line is playing amazing. Like, I saw this guy, he has a YouTube channel that breaks down O-lines, and he did the Eagles breakdown. And it's, I forgot what the channel is called, but it's like an announcer with 2 prior NFL offensive linemen. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Is it the Philly breakdown or is it the other one?
It's something, yeah, it's something breakdown where it's like
I think yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And they were breaking down our offensive line against the Vikings, and man, let me tell you, our O-line is it's there. It got me really excited. And
under the screen, fight through it. DV under the screen, fight through it. Stu right there too. Stu right there too. You know, people want to make the show about something it's not about. The title says Week 3 preview: Philadelphia Eagles versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
What do they want? They want to talk about the Cowboys and Cardinals?
Yes, I don't want to talk about the Cowboys right now. Listen. Me and Cole have a whole show that we haven't done. If we wanted to talk about our matchups, we could do it on that show.
Yeah,
we don't care about jobs.
He been playing all right though. I mean, he might, you know. He might make the Cowboys Cowboy. You never know.
Look, I don't really care. Anyway.
Yeah. See, it's breaking. Is it breaking the birds? He did it too on Hitman.
Yeah, breaking the birds. I watched that one.
They got Philly breakdown too though. He be doing more offensive linemen than breaking the birds do.
It depends though. Like with the Cardinals. Like I'm a Philly transplant living in Phoenix right now, so that's all I get is Cardinal stuff out here. And I'll tell you what, if the Cardinals do not turn over the ball and they take the running game away, it's and then put it solely on Dak, it might be closer than 13.5. But
here's the problem they're gonna have.
I don't think the Cardinals are gonna win.
I'm about to say the problem they have. The Cardinals ain't got no O-line, bro.
Yeah, well, yeah,
they're as a coach.
Yeah, they're tanking that. But I'll tell you what, though,
they've been fighting though. It's crazy.
I've been surprised watching fight. That's why I keep looking at our schedule and I keep saying, wait a minute, everybody think the schedule is a lot tough. It's not as tough as it look if you break it down the way you should. The game is won and lost in the trenches. What your lines look like.
That's right.
What your O-line, what your D-line look like. What your O-line compared to my D-line look like. That don't look good. That don't look good for you. That don't look good for you.
And I don't want to hear too about Kellen Moore being crap, man. I'll tell you what, Chargers offense looks really, really good with him from last year. And they even have injuries to the Chargers. So
yeah.
And they're putting up over 30 points a game.
Their defense sucked though.
Yeah, it does. It does. But that's the thing though, Stu. It's like it's in September. And we have and everybody here knows that you have your teams that look way better than what they are going to be, and teams that look real bad than what they. It's like I said, the Bengals are going to be there at the end. They're going to probably be 0-2.
I don't know about the Bengals, yo. I don't know.
They'll get it together. They'll get it together.
But they started 1-2 last year, Stu. They started 1-2 last year.
They started.
But here's the thing. No, here's the thing about it though. Last year, Joe Burrow was coming off an appendectomy. This year, he got a lingering calf injury that he just re-aggravated last game. I don't know. When you got them calf injuries, them calf strains like that, and they don't heal all the way, and you re-aggravate them things going to linger all season long. That's going to hamper his play. I don't know, bro. I don't know if they're going to be there at the end of the year. I'm just keeping it a beam. If he can fight through that hamstring injury all year, and he can do his thing, okay. But that hamstring gonna bother him all year, and he might have to.
He might have to fight through that hamstring like DV had to fight through that screen just now. He had to fight under it. He can't shoot. He ain't Steph.
Yeah, but the Bengals.
You want me to go at him so bad?
They have a way.
Ben Simmons, man, right now, man. He can't shoot. Under the screen, DV. Under the screen. Stu, you too.
Hey, did you guys hear about Baker Mayfield probably like tweaked his shoulder a little bit?
Ooh.
No, I didn't hear anything.
I think he did. Yeah, he tweaked the shoulder. He's ready to go, of course, but he tweaked the shoulder, so that's something to look out for.
That's
Also, the running back.
Huh? This is non-throwing arm.
Yeah. And then also the running back. Running back is out, and I think they just got another defensive lineman. Smitty said it earlier.
Yeah, they signed a defensive lineman.
Yeah.
They're going to have no answers for Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, and Fletcher Cox and Milton Williams. They're going to have no answer for those guys. So Baker is, and what Baker does well is not what Kirk Cousins did well, which is being able to roll out and throw and find guys because, Kirk Cousins is a good veteran. Baker Mayfield does not have that. So I could see the Eagles having like 8 sacks, especially when they get up on the Bucs. The Bucs are going to be forced to just throw it.
So right now they have a cornerback, Carlton Davis on the injury report, Christian Izine, defensive back, Kalijah Cansey, calf, Baker Mayfield, right shoulder, Savorsky Dennis, hamstring, Levante David. He was just out for rest. Mike Evans out for rest.
Hold on. You said Baker Mayfield right shoulder.
Right shoulder.
That's his throw. That's his throwing arm.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah. Oh okay.
And
that's a little different. That means they're gonna try to run the ball a little bit more.
That's gonna get ugly for him.
Yeah. That pressure up the middle because, like I said, they don't have the guards or the center to block us.
And according to Courtney, not to cut you off, but according to Jacob Sports, I don't even know if I said that right, but they said that we rank number 1 in rush defense right now. We only allowing 52 yards.
Yeah, number one in rush defense. Number 1 in rush defense. Number 31 in pass defense.
Yeah.
So that means we like 15 overall defense.
I don't know if any of you guys gamble or not, but I'm a pretty big gambler. Okay, then you'll know this. So our line opened up at 6.5, right? It is now 5. That whenever I see things like that, that's telling me that there is was it like 500 million? Let me see, drop that like about 50 million.
Don't you get 3 points for being home?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. though. Is that I'm just saying
so it's really like an 8-point spread. That's what they believe, right?
There's so much money going on the Bucs right now, and because I am seeing that, and when you see something like that early, that's telling you that because the majority of the public is wrong, got to go with the Eagles to cover the 5 and probably win by a touchdown, just because of all that money that early going on the Buccaneers.
You gamble, so you understand what he's talking about? Do you gamble?
I do.
Yeah. So
DV, like when you home, like us, like last week, what was the spread last week, Chris, for us at home opener?
It was fluctuating. It
started out at 6.5 last week.
But it ended at 4.5, right?
Vikings was 5.
Ended at 5
kickoff.
Okay, so when you home DV, they give you like +3 automatic off the rip. If you got a good home environment, it's damn near guaranteed +3. So for them to be at home and to be favored by only 5, that means they got like a 6. It's 6? Who giving out 6? I'll take the Eagles -6 right now. What odds? 2,800, 2,500, what?
It opened up at 6.5, and then it's 5 right now. And I'm sorry, the Vikings game was 6 because the Vikings backdoor covered the Eagles when they scored that late touchdown to get underneath the half a point. So the Bucs technically covered the 6.5 points.
I think all of us up here should take the Eagles -6.
Absolutely, because all the money is going on the Bucs. Definitely, that's what it's telling me right now. Is that you're going to want to take
Tell me that.
Yeah.
I think I might want to do that.
I'll place my bets by Friday.
Yeah. I got me a Thursday night ticket in too, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'll post.
Don't judge me.
I'll post a ticket up too, man. I like the things I've been betting with the Eagles. Usually have been first half spreads for the Eagles cover first half, and Jalen Hurts anytime touchdowns. Those are things I've been riding with them, and then also overs, because every Eagles game has been an over. Being here. So there's another one you might want to look at. But like I said, with Baker Mayfield, I don't know if he's gonna make it through the game, especially with his right shoulder being banged up, and then the pressure and the heat we're gonna be putting up on the middle by having 11 days, 12 days off. I mean, that's
Deshaun better put a little bit of contact on a few of these receivers, because Mike Evans with a free release could be dangerous.
Yeah, that ain't good. I don't like that.
I mean, especially if Baker Mayfield got all day to throw it, like, it could be crazy.
Now, I don't think he's gonna have all day to throw it though. That's the only thing.
You know what I'm saying? Just looking at how we've been doing, bro. We with that free release, you just giving people slants and curls and all that.
That's why I say we should be up playing press, so that way we can take away that quick game. So that way he gotta hold the ball long enough for them boys to get there.
No, Stu, I don't even need you to press. You can just fake the press. Make him make a move to think about you pressing. He run a little bit less of a route. Just be in his way. Make him adjust. He just like, oh, nobody's here. All right, free. Oh, cool. Thank you. 6 yards. All right. 5 yards. All right. 7 yards. Damn.
Now, you guys are right. That's what I don't understand.
That's the Vic Fangio defense, and that's what I thought he was going to be able to adjust, Chris.
Yeah, but we have, like, you've seen it. You've seen our time to get to the quarterback. It's like, it's historic right now. But the thing is that we can't give our guys 2 seconds to get to the quarterback, and we're not pressing or disrupting routes. Like, that's what I don't understand, is why we're playing 8 yards off, and why are our corners playing on the sideline, forcing the wide receivers to come in to where we're weak at in the middle of the field. Like, we should be, like you said, on top of the guys, either like faking press or backing off, but also being on the inside shoulder. So we force them to the sideline, force them to the harder throws instead of having them come to the middle. But we're not doing that. And that's what I don't understand, why they're not.
Hey, Chris, do you watching like all 22s and stuff?
Yeah.
Are we playing man with zone concepts?
Well, well, now there's something interesting that you brought up there too, is like we do this right to left coverage where we'll like depending on where the strong side is at, the running back will be our free safety's responsibility. So that's where you'll see like Blankenship. If the running back's coming out on the left, you'll see Blankenship on the play because that's his man. Instead of it going to the linebacker, it's going
Makes
to
sense.
they're doing like a right to left thing. So like the corner would be on the outside guy, then say the next guy would be the running back coming out. Guess what? The safety now has that coverage. So teams are seeing that. They'll have the running back come out, suck in the safety, and then trying to hit us over the top in that middle zone there. And until but then again, I think a lot of it has to do with our youth and also guys getting better at the scheme. It's like this defense puts a lot of responsibility on the linebackers, whether they're going to blitz or cover or drop back into coverage or what zone they're going to be in. And I wish we would simplify it a little bit more because everybody is new in this system. But that's why I can't wait for Nakobe to get back, because once he gets back and people are like, oh, Nakobe's small, he's going to get hurt. I'm like, no, that's bullshit. His leg, I'm sorry for cursing, his leg was rolled up on, okay? Anybody can see that. Once he's back.
I mean, Nick Chubb is a big dude, and his leg got rolled up on too.
Exactly.
That was nasty.
But no, the reason I asked you, Chris, you that about the zone with man concepts, I see a lot of time we look like we're in a zone front. We look like we're zone set. But I'll see the corner get caught in a trail, and then there's an open zone somewhere. So I'm wondering if he's supposed to be passing them off, but they're getting committed in because of how fast the play is moving. If y'all understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Because like with the drag route, it should be corner, linebacker. It should be passed off as he goes across. But I seen Slade literally playing 8 yards back, trying to fight through people to get back to Justin Jefferson. Like, if you're gonna play man, I'm gonna need you closer.
And
all they're gonna do is jumble stuff up.
Are you talking about the
movements, and then you're gonna be like,
for that touchdown where they crisscross?
Yes.
And that's where I don't know what we're doing, because I don't know if one guy's doing it wrong, one guy's doing it right, and that's where I'm having trouble. Like, when you're looking at all the film and you're looking at guys lined up, I'm like thinking, like, was he supposed to pass it off, or was he supposed to stay with him? Like, that's where
I said it was a couple times during that game with the Vikings where I seen with Job and Goodrich, where I could see that they were both confused, or whether they didn't know where they were passing it off, whether they were staying with man, whether they were in zone or in man. They both looked at each other, and I seen them both freeze at times, confused, and then all of a sudden you got 2 or 3 guys running with one person, and that's how KJ Osborne came wide open, because 3 of them ran to go with Justin Jefferson across the field.
And he took Goodrich through all that whole crowd, and he got wide open.
Now I'm thinking, like, maybe the best bet would be to either play a zone or just play man. Like, just simplify it. Just say, like, because these guys are so young and new, and it's like, here, this is your zone, period, or play man. But these, like what Stu and King DV or everybody's saying is that they are getting too cute, where they'll have like the left side playing like a man, and then the right side playing.
Remember I told you about that, DV? People thought I was Chris. When I told people they really do that, people thought I was crazy.
No,
like, it's literally defenses where it's cover whatever on this side, whatever the coach is comfortable with, and then man on this side. And you pass it off as it goes, but you still supposed to play trail techniques. Right. It's too much for a dude in his first start.
Exactly. And you know when they're getting caught up like that is the bunch formations. That's exactly what's screwing them up, because you could see the lone man that's out wide. You know that's man right there.
Yeah, he got to go.
Bunches, they don't know if they're playing like a man on the middle guy, or they're playing some kind of zone, and it's totally messing up our young guys up.
And then the whole thing about it is it also screws up the linebackers of what they're doing inside. And then all of a sudden you look at the backside safety, he now has to try to sit here and see what's coming over here to this side. Meanwhile, there's a crossing route coming over that right in the area he just left.
Yeah, and you know what? And it's crazy. It's because, like, some of our plays for losses were people making mistakes, like on our defense, where you know that was like the safety responsibility for the running back, but then you see the linebacker who probably thought that was responsibility, and then we get like a 2-yard loss for defense, but you know that was just total luck because of how they're confusing. They're confused out there. And
that's only because they're young and they don't got much playing time.
Yep. And they're all young and inexperienced at all the wrong positions right now. But that's why I'm excited, because we're 2-0. We played 2 solid teams that are going to be there at the end of the year. And we'll just and what Desai has done with all the injuries he had to deal with already, and that's why I'm just looking at key individuals and their progression. Like, did Jordan Davis progress from last year? Absolutely. Is Jalen Carter being the real deal? Absolutely. Hassan Reddick, his hands got to heal still. He's not able to use his hands, but Josh Sweat progressed really well.
Yeah, people ain't thinking about that, Chris. People keep asking, where's Hassan Reddick? He's rushing with one hand.
Yeah. You need his hands.
And isn't it his dominant hand?
Yeah.
It's his power hand, right?
Yeah, that's what he has.
He can't do what he normally do.
So he can't stretch deep tackles out and get round. He literally like fighting with one hand, and he's still getting pressure.
Yep. It's amazing. And he's doing it by just spinning around too, which is amazing, because like anybody that's seen him rush, as soon as the tackle tries to put his hands on him, his hand goes whop, knocks it down, and then he does his bend. And he
Stu, what's your score prediction and what's your outcome?
I got 27-13 Birds.
Offensive MVP.
Dallas Goedert.
Defensive MVP.
Jordan Davis.
He stole me. I knew he stole me. Come on, Chris. Give me your final prediction. Offensive, defensive MVP.
I've been going a lot in my head with this. I think the Eagles will win by double digits. I think it's going to be somewhere. It's Monday Night Football. I'm going to go probably. Let's do 31-17 Birds. And offensive MVP will be Jalen Hurts, because I think he'll have like 2 passing, 2 rushing touchdowns. And if you don't
Quizzy, you left out your offensive, defensive MVP, please, sir. Appreciate you.
Defensive MVP will be Josh Sweat. I think because of the pressure up the middles, it's going to force him right into our defensive end. And I think Sweat might have fumbles and maybe 2-3 sacks. Then I'll go off. If I can't pick Jalen Hurts for the offensive MVP, then I'm going to go.
Oh no, you got it. It didn't matter that he stole it. I mean, y'all got the same one.
Okay,
you good.
And and that's it. I think the Eagles are going to win by double digits, and I think it's not even going to be close until the end. And don't be surprised if you see a backup in Tampa Bay's backup quarterback in.
Gene, can I get your offensive and defensive MVP? Quezzy, can I get your offensive DVP? AV, can I get your offensive and defensive MVP? And King DV is on you.
Well, me and Gene got the same score, 28-17. I said that on Monday. I'm sticking with that. I'm locking that in.
We're only off by 3 points, TV.
So yeah, we off by 3. I do want to do that 31, but at the same time, I'm like, look, man, I'm gonna try to play it safe. 28-17.
Jake's gonna get his. You know it, DV. Come on, go up. 31, baby.
No, man. No, I'm staying at 28-17.
All right.
I hope they prove me wrong. But at the same time, I did have Josh Sweat too, because basically he led the team with quarterback hits last game. So I really believe that, it's coming. It's coming to the point where he's going to have a monster game. They're going to be so worried about one side. Josh Sweat is going to eat, basically. As my offensive, I really think that the offensive player is going to be. I'm going to go with DeAndre Swift. I think DeAndre Swift is going to be able to, utilize the offensive line. I think the offensive line this game coming up, especially with this much time, it's going to actually, have enough time to study and get back into a rhythm of how they were last year. I think DeAndre Swift is going to be able to bounce it outside, not run into Big V, pause, and just, bounce it outside like he did in the second half for us. So I think that, he's going to capitalize on what he did in week 2. So that's my picks.
Back-to-back NFL Player of the Weeks.
I don't know about that. Because somebody might overtake that. But
real quick, I like where our heads are at, though, where we're all honing in on that defensive line. That's great, man. I love it how we see eye to eye with things.
Yeah.
Stu, I wish I would have went before you, but I'm not gonna change my answer from Jordan Davis, though. It's not gonna happen. Jordan Davis has really impressed me. Before I give my score, y'all seen me up here super caping for Jordan Davis week in, week out. I was really that's my guy. You could ask Dev. He asked me week 1 of the offseason, bro, who your defensive breakout players? I was like I want to go to Kobe Dean, but for some reason I can't get away from Jordan Davis. He in the back of my head, bro, I'm coming.
Yeah.
Every time I turn on the tape, he do something different. I literally watched him take a guard and push him so fast and so hard that the quarterback couldn't get away. Couldn't even get his foot under him. He just tripped, and he was just like, damn.
Dude, nah. What happened was the tight end was coming across in motion.
Oh,
and
he pushed all three of them together.
He pushed the damn center back into the damn tight end and knocked the tight end into the quarterback and knocked him down. I said, damn, bro, you just tripped everybody up.
Yeah.
So
real quick, I just want to say too, like Jordan Davis, the more I watch him, like when you go to the Eagles YouTube channel, how they do little shorts. When I saw Jordan Davis and his personality, when they had that cook-off, I don't know if you saw that where they did the cook.
Yes.
Dude,
Bro.
I just the kid is he's a good kid, man. You can just see it, and I'm just excited, man.
We got to play him more though, because they're not getting the Eagles aren't playing Carter or Jordan Davis enough. You know, I don't understand why
Jordan Davis still at like what 40? He was at last time I checked. He was at what 44%.
I think it was lower, right? Because Jalen Carter only had like 26 snaps against the Vikings.
What they need to do on third down is they need to put Jordan Davis right over top of the center, put Jalen Carter right next to him, Fletcher Cox on the other side of him.
That's
and
it.
Then just let Sweat and Reddick go to work.
Yep.
You gonna have
like honest to God, shoot, we had a good problem, but it also seemed like we got just a little bit too many up there. I seen a lot of Barnett. I seen a lot of Milton. I seen a few people get in that game, bro.
Marlon 2, a Joe Mo.
I think we just got too many right now. We trying to figure it out too much. Sometimes you gotta let people sit. Everybody can't play.
Or how he needs to make a move, because we got a crap ton of draft picks. We got a crap ton of youth. Make a move and upgrade, you know?
What move do you make at this point, though?
Well, not at this point, but as the season goes along and teams are out of it, and they're definitely going to be trying to rebuild for next year, that's when you start, picking guys, but not right now. Like I'm thinking like around Halloween time, you know what I mean? Like around there, because then teams that are like, 2-7 or 2-6 are going to be looking at next year, and then that's when we could possibly cherry pick some dudes.
All right, so defense is who? Jordan Davis.
Can we all take a minute and say thank you to Derek Barnett for being in the game a few times and still through the first 2 weeks has not gotten a damn penalty for being an idiot?
Golf clap. You don't clap too loud. You might hear some Philly and then you start fucking up.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Let me see.
Jordan Davis and who else?
Jordan Davis. I'm gonna go AJ Brown, man. I already told y'all how we run offense, so we can see the force feeding coming. It's gonna be one of those situations, man, where it's coming. So right now I see that, and I'm gonna go. I can't be outrageous like everybody else. I can't be outrageous. I'm gonna go. I think our offense is gonna click. I'm gonna go 35-20. Eagles.
Yeah, that's not being outrageous. That's fair. That's fair, man.
No, I wanted to go. No. Y'all don't really know what my brain was at. I almost wanted the Giants, them boys.
You wanted to body bag them.
I almost hit them with the 35-3, 35-7 type deal. But I wouldn't be surprised if it looked like that.
I 100% agree with you with AJ. You're right. That's why I'm going to be betting 100 on the over in receptions, yardage, and anytime touchdown. I could definitely see that. You're right about the force feeding. You're right. That's what they're going to do. They're going to come out and
on top of the fact,
right.
Justin Jefferson got off last week.
Yeah.
And he ain't get off. Oh, he ain't fit to let Mike Evans and Chris Godwin get off, and he not get off this week. Oh, it's not happening.
That's just how MOs do. Like, when there's an issue, somebody didn't get in the offense equivalently. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah,
we're gonna do it, and no problem about it. Like, it works, but it's just what I said on Birds and Broad Street was the only thing I had to stew. If they know it's a tendency, I heard sit on it, and I don't want you to come out run that slant and you let Winfield come down and crash one of those things for 6.
Right.
Now we got to fight out of a damn hole because we did it to a team last year. We knew the play was coming, and our defensive lineman got 6.
Yeah.
So mentally, I almost want him to pump fake it, DV. I almost want him to think it's going to him, and then Smitty up the sideline.
Hey, they did that. It wasn't Jalen Hurts. It was a bad play call. I was at the game. I keep bringing it up against the Saints. They tried to force feed it to AJ Brown.
No, I wasn't talking about us. I know it was messed up though. That was Gardner Minshew anyways.
Yeah. You think it? No, I know. I understand that. But what I'm saying is that was bad play calling on Shane Steichen's part. Yeah.
But if it's true what AJ did, then it's on Minshew at that point. When they said he looked up at Minshew and told him, check.
Yeah.
This ain't the play, and you still.
He did.
Real quick,
in the pocket dancing like that.
On one of the breakdowns, I don't know if you've seen it though, but this is how I know Jalen is there. Okay, and that was on a Devontae Smith touchdown, and Jalen read the defense perfectly, and the play was going to be like a run, but then Jalen did this open palm with his hand to signal to Devontae to run a deep post, and I don't know if you saw that breakdown or not. But Jalen basically saw the pre-snap read, saw what they were going to do, and then they zoomed in on Jalen's hand where he made eye contact with Devontae, took his left hand, opened his palm up, put it at the side, and then the next play was the bomb to Devontae for a touchdown. Yeah. And he did that twice, too, in the game. So right there, I mean, that's what we didn't see in the Patriots game, but we started seeing in the Vikings game, and that's why I'm not too concerned because I felt like the second half of that Vikings game was Jalen with the rust knocked off, being able to see things more clearly, the game slowing down, and I think the Bucs are definitely going to eat it because it's a revenge game too, you know.
Yeah.
If you watch that pick too, that pick he threw in the Vikings game, that was a pre-read.
Yeah.
He dropped back. He was looking this way. He was looking this way real quick, and then when he turned, you could tell he was already finna throw it. He didn't even look for nobody.
Yeah, he predetermined where he was going with that ball already.
Yep, that was the first half, and then you saw a totally different Jalen in the second half, man. You know, I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. I think, and I love the AJ Brown stuff. I think you're right about that. And then Jalen Hurts, anytime touchdown Monday night, that's like the most moneyest bet you can win. He always scores on Monday Night Football.
Mm-hmm. Anyway. Man, I'd like to thank y'all a lot, man. We at that 2 hour and 30-minute mark. It's been a long inside the nest. We appreciate everybody that come out here every week, man. We try to give y'all the best we can. You know, it get a little crazy. We always try to give y'all some content. I told y'all at the 1 hour and 43-minute mark, I felt like I hadn't given you any substance. In the last 40 minutes, I gave you more substance than I did at the beginning.
Well, it's the Cowboys, man. It's the Cowboys,
happens, man. Listen,
I
understand the turmoil, right? Like I play high school ball. I play a little college ball. Like, I understand when you have rivalries, you know, it's hard to get away from that. But me as a guy trying to get y'all the best, how can I sit here and talk about them? How can I sit here and talk about them and I ain't really been on my ground about a team I'm actually going to play? Like, I'm wasting y'all time as fans that really want to hear about what we going up against. What's the competition? What should I be looking for when I'm watching this game? Like, me and Chris, you came up here, right? You know what I'm saying? We don't really get people that analyze ball that much up here. You were able to tell me something that I thought was true, but didn't have the evidence to prove it. Like, because I hadn't really seen any schemes written out where they play that scheme, but you told me without ever hearing me say it. Like, I appreciate every one of y'all. Stu, you come up here all the time, bro, and you give us knowledge. You know what I'm saying? It's a few people in the comments that I like listening to every week. They give us a lot of insight. And this is for y'all. It ain't never for me and DV. Me and DV probably we could talk football with 1,000 other people, but we like coming here with y'all, bro, because y'all make our day. Y'all make the situation real interesting.
I don't know if I gave y'all knowledge. I think I gave y'all just goofy entertainment. I just happen to say something that sounds smart every now and then.
Nah, man, you OG, man. Even if you don't give me knowledge about right now, you've told me things about my team I didn't know.
Yeah,
dude, you have photographic encyclopedia knowledge in that you can call up a game from like 8 years ago and remember down, distance, time, what was the scenario. Like my brain is gone with that, you know. Like that's impressive, man. Like you're like
I think what it is when it comes to the Eagles and football, when it comes to football in general, man, I've been a fanatic of it since I was like 6 years old. So everything about football, man, it just sticks in my head.
It's impressive, man. Like I'm just blessed to talk to you guys because like I am an Eagles fan and it's like I'm home, you know, and I do miss home. I miss
Chris, you on the East Coast? You're on the West Coast.
I was born and raised, and now I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah.
Listen, I've been trying to figure out why he always like late to the show. I'm like, dang, if he on our time, there's no way he should be. And then it's like, man, we starting at 7:00 his time. He getting here when he get off work type deal.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. I'll listen to you guys on my way home from work, and Phoenix traffic is the worst.
Appreciate that.
Hey, Chris, I appreciate you kind of the most, bro. I told DV this a while ago. When I first started my situation here, man, my podcast, and we was doing things, I was going live. Me and Chris was in there having conversations, just me and Chris, for like an hour and a half, bro. No. He'll be in the comments just like talking to me like we right here, and I'm just like, all I need is two more. All I need is two more. Like, and then I started like really having people in there, and then Chris disappeared. But I think it was because of the time I was doing it. I was getting off really early, so I was getting home so early. Like, I think it was before Chris was going to work, so he would be chilling with me, getting ready for work, is what I'm assuming.
And I'm traveling a lot too, so that's the thing for my job. So it's like I'm always like you know, like next week I got to be in Oregon, you know, which sucks. But I just, like I said, I love you. Like I said, King DV, like just watching you at the practice and streaming it with your son, and I just I'm just very. It's like I'm home. You know what I mean? Like just talking football with the guys, and that's what I love. And it's not just talking football, it's people actually know football, you know, played it, and I appreciate that, because a lot of people on YouTube are just fans, you know, and they're the first ones to be like, oh well, I'm ticked off because blah blah blah, and I'm like, no, you don't understand, you know, we can't be ever jumping the gun, because I mean, look what we did with Rasul Douglas, you know what I mean? Like it's like it some guys get it right away. Some guys it takes 2 or 3 years to get it. You know, it's just you just want to see.
Some guys got to just adjust your scheme so it'll fit the player. If you
we had a lot of those instances, dog, and it kind of make me upset when I see like a Justin Poirier, or I see like Mac, or I see Mac Hollins, or I see I see what's the one the linebacker,
Jordan Hicks.
Talking about. Yeah,
not Hicks. After Hicks. Singleton? Is it Singleton?
No, Singleton for the Broncos.
Alex Singleton?
Yeah. Like they all came to us, and it seemed like, I mean, hindsight is 20/20, but at the time they stink. And then we give up on them, and then they go there and you like, dang. What they would have been with us.
Oh, by the way, I don't want to hear about TJ Edwards ever again, dude. It's a big difference in Nakobe and Dean. When Nakobe Dean makes a tackle, it's at the line of scrimmage for a loss. TJ Edwards, I'm watching the Bears game. There he is making his tackle, patting it 7 yards down the field for a first down. You know what I mean? It's like
Chicago fans been complaining about TJ Edwards too.
Who just
down? Hold on, DV.
Somebody just
stepped down. Funny? Huh?
The DC just stepped down, I think.
It was a situation. I don't know how true it is, but he supposedly got raided by the feds, and they found extremely sensitive content on his property. And when you say extremely sensitive content, it's usually to do with them little ones. So
what happened? What was
the defensive coordinator for Chicago Bears supposedly was raided today by the FBI, and he was reported to have extremely sensitive content inside of his office or home. I can't remember where they found it at because they rated both, supposedly. And he resigned right before he was rated. He resigned.
Yeah, it's a wrap for him.
You knew it was coming, but they old player supposedly is a part of the FBI.
It's the rated that.
That's his name, right? Stu, their old cornerback is Tillman, right?
Yeah.
He part of the FBI, so supposedly he informed everybody what was going on. So he resigned in the process of getting raided, and it seems Kitty, I don't know yet, so I don't want to speak on it too much. But usually when it says extremely sensitive content, it's usually something you shouldn't have, and it's usually other minors.
No, you're right. If it's on your computer and it's that, you definitely got it.
Yeah, and look, Gene said it. It's the FBI, so it's a little bit crazy. But they've been complaining about this. What I was going to say to you, DV.
This kill me about it. What killing me about it is, bruh, you get yourself into this position, and this what you do.
He probably been doing it and thought he wasn't gonna get caught.
Before we go, DV, I'm gonna say this last thing, and then I'm gonna get us up out of here. They complained about all those players that we lost and told us they were going to be stars at other places and we're going to be so great. And now I sit in these spaces. I sit in the back of the room with my glasses on. I listen to all these fan bases that got our players. Man, Marcus Epps missing tackles, man. He can't cover nothing in the world, man. TJ Edwards, he can't stop the run. Kaiser White, we need to bench him. Oh my God, Javon Hargrave can't stop the run.
No, we didn't do that.
Isaac Sayamalu isn't the greatest lineman. Miles Sanders doesn't look like a 1,300-yard back without our offensive line. We told y'all all this, and guess what y'all told us? No, y'all gonna be different. So what are they going to do at other teams? Are they going to be different? They look different right now. They look exposed. Oh,
that's on them.
To CJ Gardner-Johnson, but that's the only guy that left here that looked anything decent.
Yep, only one.
The rest of them look exposed, and they look like they need some help, and they look like they want to call Howie and say they made a mistake. Can they get their contract back?
Well, that's their narrative. They want to spin the press. They want to try to find something wrong. And the truth is that what we have developing here with all of our young guys, with the Ringos and the Ricks and then the Kobe Deans and in 2-3 years' time, we're going to have a super team here, which is scary considering what we have coming up in the draft coming up. And it's we are in the.
You got to put some words in front of it first, Chris. You got to say homegrown super team.
Yeah, homegrown. Grown. That's right.
They say we can't draft and we don't find anything in the draft. We don't have any players on our.
Who are these people?
Hold on, who was the dude we had? DV? He was on one of the shows and he was like, "Y'all don't have any homegrown talent." I'm like, "Are you serious?"
The whole entire offense.
It was the Commander fan on that the one time we had the Commander fan on Birds of Broad Street. Big Simple. He was like, "Oh, y'all don't got any of y'all own players. Y'all always get y'all players out of the draft." I'm like, "Simple, hold on, wait. Are you serious?" He was like, "Yo. Look at all these players. You named like 6 players." I was like, "Now name the rest of the roster and tell me who drafted them."
It's easier to fool somebody. And I'll go back to that.
I would either fool somebody than tell them they've been fooled.
If somebody tells me that, this is why I would say,
I'm about to make that a shirt. I'm about to make that a shirt.
You know what? If somebody was telling me that, like a Commanders or Dallas fan, I'd be like, "Yep, you're right. You're right. We don't know how to draft. Yep, you're right. You got me. You got it. Good job."
Like, we got players on our team that's been here for decades.
Yeah, and
they're still like pivotal pieces of the team. Like, it's not like other teams that draft people in 10 years in their career. You're like, "Man, we should have cut them 3 years ago, man. They out, they prime, they done, man." No. Jason Kelsey, Lane Johnson, Brandon Graham, and Fletcher Cox are still at. Some of them are at the top of their career, and then the other ones are still in that middle area of being in the top of their career. Fletch and Brandon Graham are the only ones suffering right now.
All of them been here for
really suffering.
And we still haven't even seen Nolan Smith yet develop and Steen develop.
That's what I was worried about. I ain't even talk about that with DV. How did he only have 13 snaps in 2 games?
If you not really
they don't know.
But I think it's the hand. It gotta be the hand too.
Shoulder.
He already not explosive off the edge. So with a hand problem, it's a little bit problem. He explosive. Let me get it right. He's explosive, but he doesn't have the moves with the explosiveness off the edge. Like, he can get off the edge really quick. Then he gets to the defender and he lets the whoever's guarding him kind of like suck him back in. And he's like, now he's trying to tussle of where do I go with the next move. And he got to learn that smooth spin Hassan Reddick got. He got to learn that motherfucker.
Oh, he will, man.
He jabbing.
It comes into time.
I know, but Hassan Reddick jabbed with that one hand, and then next thing you know, you think his hand on you, and he grabbing the quarterback. You like, oh, he was just right. What it? All right, whatever. I can't find him. I can't keep up. Hey, send me a tight end to help me. Just hope it ain't a backup.
I'm just happy Nolan Smith is getting some snaps right now because as he's growing into his body and becoming a man and just seeing the abilities, just the raw abilities he already has. I mean, I can't wait till like 2024, man, when he's just destroying people. Him and Carter and Davis. Oh my goodness. Dude.
I think you're gonna start seeing it later on this year, Shane.
You're right. You're absolutely right. You're right. The more
I think it's just Sean Desai. He just gotta I don't know which one of y'all, Stu or DV, said it. He just gotta figure out what to do with him.
So I said you gotta
make him more effective.
Put him in the right place. You gotta put him in the right place, man. They don't know.
You don't just want him out on the field taking up a spot.
An off-ball linebacker, or they want him in the rotation as an edge, right?
That's another thing I'm shocked of. We lost all these linebackers, and not one time did they say we're gonna put Nolan Smith at linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing, though. We only need 2 linebackers because, like I said, the Eagles are doing that hybrid where they're using their safeties as linebackers, because everybody we play, because the Eagles are not looking at during the season. They're looking at when we get to the Final Four, right? When we get to the Final Four, all we're going to see are 3 wide receiver, 4 wide receiver sets, or 3 wide outs and a tight end. And it's going to be passing. And so they need the speed out there to be able to either jump into zones or play man if they need to. And it's just slowly developing, and it takes time, but we'll get there. And just think once our guys are even seasoned, because they're only in their first year or second year in this defense, wait until like next year or the year after that, once they become seasoned and they know everything by heart, it's going to be sick. I can't wait. It's like that great Seattle defense, like the Legion of Boom, you could see it developing with each draft, and as each guy is getting more and more acclimated to the defense, and you could see that with the Eagles where we have the young guys and they're getting more and more acclimated, and that 1 year it's just going to be can't wait, man. It's going to be fire.
Man. Hey, until Monday, from King DV, Smitty, we see y'all soon, man. Hey, we live streaming Monday. I think it started at 7:45, 7:50. I ain't gonna show up about 8 because I know how it feels to be there too damn early. Because I did it. I appreciate y'all for coming out, man. And y'all already know where to find me and DV at.
Yep.
But to tell me I came out with DeAndre Swift over Bijan,
Jordan Davis, because